Sock it to me?
While digesting Reader's Digest in the back of the dirty bookstore, a plastic flag with gum on the back fell out on the floor. Well, I picked it up and I ran outside, slapped it on my window shield. And if I could see old Betsy Ross, I'd tell her how good I feel. But your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. They're already overcrowded from your dirty little war. Now Jesus don't like killing, no matter what the reason's for. And your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore.
I came onto this full of piss and vinegar. Folks, we're playing the feud.
You got your piss and my vinegar.
And if you don't want spoilers for the newest Indiana Jones movie, stop listening right now. Turn it off. Or maybe like 15 minutes. You can.
I'll put a time code, or I won't, and I'll say, why didn't you just watch the movie if you cared so much?
Okay, I just.
Right.
Okay, so
it's been out for like a year. Why didn't you watch it?
We are on a plane to Chicago, and
imagine this, listener. Picture this in your mind's eye. We're on a plane to Chicago.
To Chicago,
and it's rocking because it's so windy. It's so windy.
Nicole and I are on a plane to Chicago.
The pilot can't see. The bean is reflecting so much light. The pilot can't see.
Completely blissfully unaware of like the poison vibes we were about to encounter in Chicago. And
well, that's just called being in Chicago.
Chicago.
And the lingering
CM Punk tries to beat the fuck out of you. Sorry, go
like
ahead,
truly no, truly just like a poison trip to Chicago, followed by like the fallout from that trip was like, I don't know, like has been like 7 months. I've just been 7 months of just like
you had an overloaded hot dog and just could never recover.
Fuck yes, absolutely. And which cast some overcast gray skies on our trip to France, and it was a rough time, but like we blissfully unaware were lured into this experience with a flight. And guys, I fucking love an in-flight movie, and we had just enough time from Salt Lake City to Chicago to watch the newest Indiana Jones movie. And in prepping for going to France, I've been watching Tintin and things like this. Really excited about like explorers. Really excited about Indiana Jones characters.
I'm kind of going through a similar like reawakening of like daring do, danger,
it's
adventure.
So much
I've gotten obsessed with Tales of the Golden Monkey. Which is a like 80s like two-fisted tale of a like seaplane pilot in Polynesia. Whose dog has an eye patch. And he's trying to recover an idol.
That's sad for the dog, actually.
From, like,
but
yeah, that's not cool. I don't like that
cool.
happened.
Oh no, it's great.
It's great.
It's great because he argues with the dog all the time.
Oh, okay.
This doesn't sound good. He's yelling at the dog. The dog doesn't have an eye. This sounds bad, Justin.
No. Because there's Nazis and evil Japanese people trying to steal a magic monkey idol.
Justin, the Indiana Jones story. It's dangling on the side of this train right now.
Please.
You gotta pull it up before we go off on whatever this is.
Vern, you would love. All I'm saying, you would love Tale of the Golden Monkey.
I cannot
if you're in an explorer adventure. That's all.
Okay. I just like
I'm hoisting you back.
In this heightened state that we are in right now.
The propeller blades, they're cutting up the boat.
The thought of my poor baby dog with an eye patch just made me very sad. And so we have to do the Indiana Jones story. It's too late. Anyway, we're being lulled into this poison trip to Chicago. like lambs to the slaughter. It's like a horror movie. And the first 30 minutes of this the first 15 minutes, there's this like fun trip where we're on the plane and we're watching the newest Indiana Jones movie. And I tell you what, guys,
Are you and the wife watching it at the same time?
Just me.
Oh, okay.
Just me.
It's just you.
And I'm kind of like lulled into it. And it's just like how interesting it is that I'm hearing magical mystery tour in an Indiana Jones movie. Thinking like, wow, that's interesting. And like, that's what kind of, one of the earliest things that happened in this movie. There's this train sequence. I was thinking about it when we were talking last month about trains. This train sequence, action sequence that sets up the whole story. They use a lot of like digital de-aging on Harrison Ford, and on an airplane screen it worked. On an airplane screen. Sure. I don't know if it would have worked.
But he has one of those like rubber masks.
Yeah. But it sets up
like digital Dick Grayson makeup.
Yes. But it sets up this thing that it sets up the MacGuffin of the movie, and it's the Dial of Destiny, and it's a device envisioned by Archimedes, and it kind of just like it's a pill pocket for a time travel movie. And there's this sequence where, like, this Nazi guy, his plan is to go back in time to a specific point so that he could take control of the Nazi party and change the result of World War II. That's why he wants to go back in time.
Yep.
And this sequence where they're, like, flying out when, like, they've got the dial when the bad guy's plan is about to work. It's them on this airplane. And they're flying, and it's all stormy, and the plane is just going crazy, and Harrison for Indiana Jones, he's tied up, and he's nervous, he's surrounded by Nazis, and the plan maybe didn't work out for old Indy, and I tell you what, like I'm like leaning into the airplane screen, and I'm so just like, okay, what's it's got me,
inches of it.
Mangold's got me. And I'm watching it, and then all of a sudden, the plane is just like going nuts, and there's this crate next to Indy, and there's some bullets or something on top of the crates, and the turbulence of the plane causes those things to fall off, and Indiana Jones looks at these things on the floor, and he goes, "Continental drift." And I'm like, continental drift.
That's such an interesting thing to say at that time.
And I start leaning into the screen further, like it's fucking Mangold's got me. Mangold has got me, hook, line. And I'm like, what do you mean continental drift?
Blink twice if Mangold's got you.
And Mangold fucking like he is reeling me in. He's
got you.
And Mangold's like he's on the shore. And like his rod is like the letter C. He's just fucking reeling.
He's got the fucking super rod from Pokemon.
Yes,
he's not just catching Magikarps anymore.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm like, continental
his rod
drift.
Is
what is
fully
this?
Curved.
What does this mean, continental drift? And I think I can't remember. There's someone. There's the lady, the female character. Because there's always a female character, like that the Marion Ravenwood type character in this movie, and she's like, "What do you mean continental drift?" And I'm like, "Thank you, character that helps us get exposition." Like I was so cause I'm like, "What is happening?" I'm really like entranced by this. And Indiana Jones says, "I'm gonna take a swig of water to pause for dramatic effect."
Thank you.
Indiana Jones says they didn't factor in continental drift in their calculations. Archimedes did not know about. They didn't factor in how the continents have drifted over time.
Sure.
So Indy, when he realizes this, Indy snaps and he looks at the pilot and he's like, "You're going to the wrong time." And they,
oh no!
And I'm like, "What do you?" Or he yells out something. He explains what's happening.
Time is also space.
And I don't want to go to the wrong time. I want to go to the right time.
And there's a moment where I think like the Nazis are like, "Oh shit, I think he's right," and it's too late at that point. And then Indiana Jones goes back to like ancient Rome, ancient Greece. Like
he would love that. He loves stuff from there.
He could
and
meet
it's like
all
a
of
middle
his fans,
of a,
or not all of his fans, all of his like idols.
It's like people in toga time, okay? It's people in toga time.
No.
Instead of like to instead of World War II battle, it was people in toga time, and the people and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And it's in the middle of a people in toga battle, and they're like shooting bows and arrows, and they think that the World War II plane is a dragon in the sky, and they all stop attacking each other and start attacking the Indiana Jones plane. And they are on an airplane in the movie, and I am in an airplane in real life, and I am fucking having a Rich Evans fucking like, I am just fucking dying. I couldn't even
like glasses are breaking from the vibrations of your laughter.
I was just like having like a full on just like meltdown at like what I was seeing. Just like Indiana Jones in a World War II plane while people in togas fire bows and arrows at him. But here's the thing. That is actual like George Lucas shit. Like, that's like, no, that's actually the kind of, no one wants to admit this. That is the exact kind of bullshit George Lucas wanted Indiana Jones to do. It was fucking
no one will admit
Ant-Man
I was,
and like
cowards
go in
will
a
not
haunted
admit
house.
And so like, it was a broad swing. It obviously connected with the ball, but I'm just not sure if it's like over the foul line or not. I don't know. I've thought about that movie so much. It fucking killed me on that airplane. I was losing my mind over this shit.
Here's the thing. Indiana Jones has to be kind of dumb to work. Like, no.
The guy or the property?
The premise.
Okay.
Indiana Jones has to be exactly as smart as he needs to be at any given moment. He can, and it's usually best when he thinks he's right and he's wrong. Like when he tries to cut a bridge and it like fucks everything up. But like, the serials they're drawing from are fundamentally stupid. It's like Gene Autry as a singing cowboy fighting Aztec robots under like the desert. Like that's the kind of shit they're drawing from. It has to be kind of goofy and dumb to be Indiana
You're totally
Jones.
Right. You're totally right. I think...
Well, actually, that's true. That's what makes it serial. What makes it Indiana Jones, it is taken with, like, deep Spielbergian sincerity. It is treated as, fighting the Aztec mummies from, like, Mars is treated with as the, like, most dire threat this world has ever faced.
I just think that, like, there's this fun game that Nicole and I play. We saw this tweet once, and it was something to the extent of, like, if I gave a Sour Patch Kid to a pilgrim, it would kill them. And I think
if a Victorian child tasted a Dorito, it would kill them.
Yeah, exactly. And I think about, like, Nicole and I try to come up with things like that. One of them that we have is, like, if a kid in the 1950s goes to the record store and puts the record on the record player and it's like Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses, I think that would destroy that kid's life.
Imagine you take like Mozart, like young Mozart when he's like a 5-year-old polymath and show him like Daft Punk for the first time. Like using devices that aren't even close to being invented. Like, they don't have electricity yet. How are they going to get a computer to make music?
Indiana Jones and Toga Times just did that to my brain. I was not prepared for it.
He's in Toga Times.
I was like, Indiana Jones is in
scientific term. A very, like, all the historians use phrases like Toga Times.
Well, no, see, first you had Gex establishing tail time. And now we have her establishing toga time.
Yeah, Gex was on, like, the Dead Sea Scrolls. Like, we've been using Gex for hundreds of years. But back then, he was saying, like, oh, this is just like a party at Pontius Pilate's house.
Yeah, I guess it's like I'd never
Remind me to
considered...
never do Molly again with Augustus Caesar at Bun.
Don't drink the water at Barbaros's house. Ooh.
I guess I just never expected Indiana Jones as like a Gex character. You know what I mean? Like, that was the first time I'd seen Indiana Jones on, like, a new level. Just like...
Right. It was like, oh, it's going to be like... It's like when Mario goes to a snow level. And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, no, because, like, I would argue
When Mario goes to
that
New Donk City, that's the equivalent of Indiana Jones in toga times.
Exactly.
Yes. See, no, okay. See, I would argue that the ideal form of Indiana Jones is actually the Young Indiana Jones TV show.
Indiana Jones should go to New Donk City in the next one. He should meet Pauline.
Wait, yeah,
Indiana Jones should do the jump up superstar sequence where he's running around.
Indiana Jones
please.
needs to go to Bob-omb Battlefield.
I want to see Indiana Jones collect the 150 moons.
Get off my power plant.
Indiana Jones throws his little hat and he becomes like a Christmas tree or a frog or whatever.
Right, but it's
He
got
has
the
Mario
fedora.
hat.
Get out of my sewer.
Yeah, exactly. Get out of my dry docks.
I just it broke my brain on that airplane to see Indiana Jones go to a new level. That is just like...
Yeah. Well, you go to Toga Time, then you go to, like, the ice world, then the fire world.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dry desert. He would love it there. I bet there's lots
I
to
think
find.
that's...
Indiana Jones
I
would
think
love
that's the
TikTok
idea.
Walk.
Lots of
'Cause
Koopa artifacts. He would
I
find.
think that's the idea because I hear a lot of people talk. I've not seen any of the new Ghostbusters movies, but I hear people say that this new one feels like the cartoon. And I think just like maybe the way movies are going is we're getting episodes. You know what I mean? Like here's Indiana Jones in the Toga Times level. Here's Benoit Blanc.
Yes.
We're gonna get him in new levels.
Yeah. Well, no.
That's true.
it's-
The Fast and Furious guys went to space. That feels like a new level.
Everyone's
yeah.
just,
Yeah.
we're going to new levels now.
Well, so, like, because here's the thing. TV actually has value. Like, the serialized, like, there isn't a shared universe. There isn't, like, one storyline across the whole season. There's just individual episodes has value. Like, Indiana Jones is based on serialized stories, where it is just, like, Indiana Jones is doing this thing this time. Next time he'll be doing something totally different. And that's okay. Benoit Blanc can, like, solve a mystery with, like, a family mansion, then, like, epically debunk Elon Musk, and then, who knows, he could just, like, spend, like, a nice weekend, like, in a casino in Macau. And that's okay. Like,
Benoit Blanc is trying to find a clue at the top of a big wall, and he's like, how am I gonna get up there? And then he remembers he has the bell power-up that turns him into a catsuit Benoit Blanc.
Yes.
Oh, my prehensile tail! And
he gets the multiplying cherries, so there's, like, multiple Benoit Blancs.
Oh, they'd solve that crime so fast if there were many Benoit Blancs. You can't put anything by that guy.
Do you think they'll ever make GoldenEye 64 the movie?
Well, they did.
The
It's called
movie
It's called
version-
GoldenEye.
No. Like, because the GoldenEye 64 game took so many liberties with the original movie.
Yeah.
And came out like 2 years after. And I think GoldenEye 64 is more fondly remembered than the source material that is
so.
based on.
Okay, Vern. I know by the premise of the show we're high. Are you suggesting that they make a movie where it's like all slaps, like 4v4 player combat, and like Odd Job is slapping Sean
only
Bean
Odd
with
Job, no items,
Yeah,
Odd Job only,
yeah.
Final Destination.
When are they gonna make the Super Smash Brothers movie, man? When are they gonna Mr. Game and Watch beating the shit out of the ice climbers?
What I meant by
They did
what I
that
meant by
already.
is,
It's
like,
called the Subspace Emissary cutscenes.
Okay, well that's not a movie. Mario 2, I'm putting this down on the audio record. Mario Brothers 2, the sequel to the animated film we watched, will feature a significant Super Smash Brothers sequence.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like everyone is here, but like
Captain Falcon.
there's going
Like,
to be an overt like Final Destination stage
Mario
battle.
has to enter a tournament and it's the Super Smash Brothers tournament, and he has to fight.
Yeah.
There's just a sequence where he's
He has
fighting
to fight Giga Bowser.
He has to fight Link and Captain Falcon, and
Yeah. Oh, Captain Falcon's gonna be there because he ain't got shit going on. You know what I mean? Like
he can't
Zelda,
do
Link
anything.
might not be there because like they think of Link as like a valuable sort of separate
Also,
thing.
Link's getting his own movie. I think they want
Exactly.
to develop Link, but like Ness,
the ice climbers
Ness
are
is in there.
available. PK Fire, Star Fox is in there. That
Duck
Indiana
Hunt
Jones
Dog.
story was 15 minutes long. Welcome to Gettin' Stoned, the annual podcast.
my wife
we-
just scared the fuck out of me, y'all.
No, Nicole, why would you do that?
It's all good. Oh my lord!
Oh, buddy.
I'm
oh,
such
buddy,
an
you spooked me of something fierce, buddy.
I'm such an easy startle, and whenever I'm in this state, oh boy, it's even
buddy.
it's even trickier.
Don't give Vern a Jack in the Box, or he will have a bad night.
Like I would die. If I was
Vern,
if
you
I
are
was-
so lucky I can't offer you this can of peanut brittle I have next to me. You're so lucky I can't offer
Like,
that.
Truly.
Vern, I see you're clearly distressed. Let me offer you a kind handshake in consolation.
Vern, you look like you could really use something to occupy you. Here, I have this
think-
pack of gum with one stick poking out slightly further.
I think
than
the
all
hand
others.
buzzer would only send me to the hospital. I think the Jack in the Box would put me into the grave. I think that truly.
I think it's because there's a face to the Jack in the Box.
Vern keeps playing the Jack in the Box because he just likes the song. He's like, all around the
lulled in,
mulberry
Vern.
bush. This is
I
this
would
low
get
key
lulled in.
vibe.
I'm like,
Vern,
oh yeah.
Vern loves the epic Ken McLeod "Pop Goes the Weasel" cover.
And you know the hand crank is I can control the pace of this song, and I would get hypnotized by that, and it would put me into the grave. Whereas like a hand buzzer, I think would only like hospitalize me.
Yeah,
For
okay.
anyone who's listening at home and plotting.
Is trying to bring about the death of Vern Tooley
Yeah.
because they hate so much this episode of Gettin' Stoned, the annual
Mm.
podcast where these three babies watch a film by acclaimed American director Oliver Stone and also partake in substances, so both ways that you read the title make sense. Well, this is year 3, fellas. We're our 3rd year strong doing...
I'm feeling, boys. My trunk is feeling the rings in this.
I'm getting a
this
little,
endeavor.
I'm getting a little gray behind the ears, but I still got gas in this tank.
Oh yeah, no, we still got some under our belt, but
We got to at least okay.
we got talk radio, we got natural born killers.
Right. I mean, there's plenty of interesting ones. I think whenever one of us is like ready to pull the ripcord on this, we say okay, and we do like a tontine, and we're like next year will be the last one, and we do JFK. I think that's what we do. When
think,
one of us
yeah.
is like, I cannot do this anymore, it's like fine, we do one more.
We pull out.
We're
We pull
not
out
gonna
a.
do all of them. We'll be in our 40s. Like it's not gonna happen.
But and I think we are also planning no documentaries. That was a hard and fast
Oh
rule.
well, yeah, no, because it's either talking to Putin or it's 12 hours long.
Yeah, I'm not doing JFK revisited with Oliver. Like we're never gonna get that far. Like ideally, I'll have grandchildren by the time we would even consider that. You know what I mean?
Can I say though, of all Oliver Stones that we have watched, both together and separate, I think this is the one I enjoyed the most.
I agree.
I would probably be inclined to agree. I may be just like a bit more partial to Born on 4th of July, but like Nixon, as long as this movie was, and listeners, this movie is like something like 3 hours and 15 minutes long. Like as much as this is like a full afternoon that you have to pencil into your calendar, like kind of zipped by. There were not points where I was really like disinterested in what was happening. It was an interesting piece.
I do think this movie is absolutely saved in editing.
It's all editing though, and that feels like Oliver Stone's
The editing is a
thing.
I think the editing is kind of the star of this movie. I was I was
much as Anthony
really
Hopkins is trying, and by God, he is trying. The fact, like, whoever's cutting this piece together with, like, just constant wild shots, like, the movie's constantly shifting into black and white, crazy angles, like, when he's talking to four dignitaries, like, words in their language, like, appear, like...
Yeah, he was going off.
All of this, unfortunately, like, all of this style comes
He was going
from
off
the
with
edit.
that weird thing that happens on AEW TV sometimes where the big word no just appears on screen. And you're like, why did that happen? Did you all see the word no on Dynamite just now?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, I was really impressed with it on a technical level, because I was thinking, like, there is a moment where Nixon says something and it cuts to a shot of Martin Luther King, and then it cuts right back to the rest of the conversation, and, like, we never revisit that.
No.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about, like, God, for me, I'd have to find that clip, screen capture it, remix it, and import it, and then I've got it into my timeline.
I remember when
And
it's during his campaign, like, town hall, where someone, like, a black man comes up and actually says, like, hey, you're dividing the country. And he says, well, no, I want to bring people back together. You know who else wants to bring people back together? Martin Luther King. And then that's when we get, like, the one shot of King.
Yes. But, like, for me, like, to get on a digital level, you just have to import that. I'm like, God, they had to
like, run it through processes. They had to develop the film differently. They had to shoot on different film because they knew that that's what they wanted to do.
Yeah. So I was
all
just
these
like,
factors, all these considerations, and, like, I don't know about the versions that y'all watched, but the DVD that I have, like, the aspect ratio on this was crazy. It was like this long, like, strip. The black bars had never been so black barred on any piece that I had ever seen. While we're talking about the editing, I did pull up the editors of this movie. It has two credited by as edited by. I have to imagine there were a lot of editors' assistants in addition to these two men, but I find the converging nature of their career
it's so interesting, like, where they both go.
Yes, exactly. So one of them is named Hank Corwin. Started out, like, his first job is editing Natural Born Killers. And then, a couple other Oliver Stones, Nixon and U-Turn. Of course, the Beck Devil's Haircut music video. And then would go on to become, like, one of Terrence Malick guys, did The New World, did Tree of Life, and then ended up becoming Adam McKay's guy for his like conversion into, like, political theory. He didn't edit, like, Anchorman, but The Big Short, Vice, Don't Look Up. And that kind of actually, like, makes a lot of sense. Like, if you were to put these things next to each other and the way that they're, bouncing around and playing with different formats and things
Also,
to various
Adam
levels.
McKay would be the kind of guy who would consciously seek out the editor who did Nixon and JFK.
I mean, it makes sense. It's the
it feels like
you want to get
a Wartortle to a Squirtle.
Yeah, it definitely, like, those are concurrent lines. Those are, it makes sense. And you're like, I want to pull off this kind of thing. Why not talk to the guy that did it?
That Squirtle back then would later evolve into a Wartortle now.
I actually don't know if this person did it, but whoever edited the sequence with Donald Sutherland in JFK doesn't deserve to work. Shouldn't have to work another day in their life. They did it. They did.
Well, neither of these men worked on JFK. Neither of these editors worked on JFK. Okay. But the other one is Brian Berdan, who again started off, like, first. So these guys must have been partners because his first job was also Natural Born Killers. Did Nixon, and then went on. So the previous fellow has, like, only really a handful of credits. Seems like incredibly selective about what he ended up doing as an editor and on his craft. Brian Berdan had no such pretensions. He worked multiple times a year, every year, on films like Crank, with Jason Statham on films like Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance, the Rosemary's Baby TV show, the Mothman Prophecies. Like, this guy... And then he went up to work on a different JFK: Destiny Betrayed, a TV miniseries. Yeah, it's just two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and this editing team took both of them.
I think that explains the sometimes frenetic nature of the editing of this film.
It feels
it's
like
almost
maybe...
like there's two minds.
It certainly
two minds working
explains
against each other.
Ghost Rider 2 with the like notorious like transformation. Actually, the overlap of Ghost Rider 2 and Crank makes a lot of sense with
So
their
there's
like
definitely
extremely
one guy-
manic editing.
Yeah, one guy edited the sequences of young Nixon, and the other guy edited, like, any scene where Nixon is meeting with a world leader. And those were two people who didn't communicate to each other. In their style guide.
Yeah, one's like, well, I gotta use every Dutch angle in this sequence, otherwise it'll
And
look
Oliver
boring.
shot 12 different Dutch angles in this scene. We gotta use all of them.
No, listen, the audience has to be made seasick watching this very normal conversation with Mao.
There are cuts in this that are so like fast paced that like they feel like intrusive thoughts. And like boy, was that something that Nixon was dealing with. Like I think the editing in this movie is like the MVP. Like, and don't get me wrong, like Anthony Hopkins is incredible, but like the editing, I think really just like I think
Paul Sorvino's a very
they're
good
working
Kissinger
together.
in this.
You know what? This is mean. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to say. I never thought of Paul Sorvino as much of an actor. And then I
kind of had the same thing, because, like, I only know Paul Sorvino as, like, Goodfellas and Dick Tracy. I know him as, like, one
gruff, silent type.
Gruff, silent Italian man.
Yeah.
Guys, you forget him in Romeo plus Juliet? You forget him in The Stuff? No, he was like a bona fide character actor.
I don't know this stuff, but I have seen
he
Romeo
plays
plus
like
Juliet.
a psycho, like
But, like-
right-wing military guy.
Sure, but like Romeo plus Juliet, he is playing like a Paul Sorvino type.
Well, yeah, because
like
he's
he
playing
is
like a
delivering
big
Shakespeare.
Goomba. Like...
Yeah, he's playing a big Goomba gangster. Like it's the Paul Sorvino role in 1997. It's
He's taking a
named
swing
after
in
him.
this.
He's incredible. He's like I was so stunned watching him play Henry Kissinger.
Fucking
The voice is
Kissinger
unbelievable.
complimented him about it.
Yeah, you played me really good. You did,
You did
an
a
excellent
very
job.
good- You did a very good job talking to.
I orchestrated the bombing of Cambodia, but you did not bomb anything. You grew flowers.
You need to understand that power makes me able to dick down dime pieces nice style.
Come to think of it, I remember whenever I saw JFK just being ejector seated out of the movie, when I saw me unfamiliar with the source material, the
Joe
real
Pesci.
event, when I saw Joe Pesci's character, and I was like every time like I didn't realize that was based on a reality,
It is
and
like
I
the
thought
guy-
it was. I just didn't get it, and so like I had to pause the movie the first time I watched JFK. Is like, did the filmmakers make a mistake? Like, is this a and
This movie does
and-
have the same like respect of gay people as JFK does.
Well, that's
with
true, that's
their-
true.
with
But I
how
will say,
they
like, Paul
portray
Sorvino-
Edgar J. Hoover.
Paul Sorvino, I will say, like, Paul Sorvino, like, not really knowing much about Kissinger apart from knowing that he's a bad man. I didn't know about his person, so, like, it was a soft version of that, like, oh, okay. Something, like, Oliver Stone is perhaps very good at doing highly caricatured depictions of folks, just like... I don't know. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No. I think there's something there, because, like, and I feel like it kind of starts with this in a way that leaks into kind of W, where Oliver Stone is very good at exploring a caricature of like this, like of presenting this sort of exaggerated depiction of a character while also heightening their humanity. He does it with W by showing that, like, yeah, this guy we thought is kind of a dumb goofball is in fact a very kind of out of his depth goofball who shouldn't be in the position he has and is manipulated by people far smarter than him to do things far worse than he could conceive of. And Stone kind of does it here with Kissinger as just this, like, expert manipulator who can, like, so easily lean into, like, Nixon's insecurities to, like, get him to do what he wants. And with, like, Nixon presenting him as just this, like, heightened, like, whirlpool of just self-loathing and lashing out at everyone about everything. A guy who just fucking hates what he sees in the mirror, and takes it out on anyone he meets throughout his day. But it's still grounded as a deeply, like, human thing. Like, you kind of feel bad for Nixon in this. Like, one of the most, like, cutthroat, vicious political operators in, like, American political history. You kind of feel bad for him, because, like, you know, he loved his mother and misses his brother, and, like, just is unsatisfied with the things he spent his life trying to attain.
If you're making a good, I guess, like, a biopic is what we can call this, but if you're making a good, like, portrayal of a real person, you as the artist need to ultimately have a thesis on that person. Like, what is my thesis? What am I boiling this man down to? And that can take a lot of different forms. You know, I recently watched Todd Haynes' I'm Not There, which adapts Bob Dylan by turning him into 6 different characters, none of them named Bob Dylan. Like, it's a fascinating, like, approach to that. And, like, the thesis that Oliver Stone boils Nixon down to is that, like, he is a man who could only achieve things because other people died. That is, like, the running, like, recurring motif of this movie is, like, his brother had to die so he could take advantages. Other people, you know, Bobby Kennedy gets shot so he can, you know, go up to the political ladder.
Well,
like,
no, the specter of the Kennedy assassination, like the first one, not the second one.
Exactly.
Weighs over, like Stone frames it as that's what the 8.5 minutes are about.
Exactly. Like, the guy who fucking stomped him the first time he ran for president had to die so that he could become president. And then another Kennedy also had to die so he could, like, ascend to a different political ladder. Like, it's this thing that, like, keeps coming up. And I believe Nixon himself says it in, like, at least one line at one point. But, like, that seems to be, like, the big recurring thing that we keep coming back to. Like, he can only succeed because the people that stop him are killed.
Or even then, like, drives him forward. Like, the memory of his father dying penniless is framed very early on as, like, the fire that motivates him to not die weak, to, like, accumulate as much power a human could possibly ascertain with the system as he understands it. Because, like, Nixon is very much framed in this as, like, kind of a normal guy, but a guy, like, a guy with normal feelings, but with an absolutely inhuman mind and spirit that necessitates him to pursue the most powerful position in the world. And it's still not enough.
I wanted to I've been troubled by the last thing I said, and I've been trying to, like, put it into thoughts. I think what I meant by caricatures is that, like, I think Oliver Stone rides so close to that line of, like, veering into, like, Mad Magazine territory. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's just, like, it almost feels like comedic. It almost feels like a comedic satire, but it's just but they're dealing with very heavy themes, like what, you know, just,
and it's
we have established, like, in doing Gettin' Stoned, Oliver Stone does work in very simplistic terms. Like, he's not a subtle guy, like with Bud Fox,
Sure
like
ain't.
getting into bed with like a crooked stuff, man. Like, I'm born on the 4th of July. A guy born on the 4th, like the Avatar of America, feels regret killing another American. Literally, America kills Americans,
Yeah.
and that's to only gets catharsis by physically apologizing to the families he got killed. Stone is not a subtle man and does work in caricature. Like, he just takes it to another level.
He's got a point to make, and he wants to make sure that you hear the point that he's trying to make. And you know,
Plays for the cheap seats.
yeah, he's playing for everybody. You know, he's like, he wants everyone in the theater to be like, "Do you hear me? Do you understand what I just said? Okay,
Yeah.
great. Now we're moving on." And like, I don't know, this is so much more of a straightforward movie than JFK is. JFK feels like a fever dream when you watch it. It feels like the ravings of a madman being scrawled on the wall.
Well, no, because it is based on the investigations of Jim Garrison, an actual kind of madman.
Yeah, it feels like in a movie when, like, someone has an encounter with an alien and they start writing, like, weird symbols and shit all over the wall. Like, that's what
Yeah.
JFK feels like. Whereas, like, Nixon is, by comparison, a very straightforward, like, Hollywood biopic. And it's, like, fascinating to me that, like, the one that had any success at the box office was the insane conspiracy man. Like, with, like, the...
Yeah.
The movie that blames the JFK assassination on the gay New Orleans mafia.
Right, like a movie that is literally just like there to peddle you insane and easily disprovable conspiracy theories, the wrong conspiracy theories about the JFK assassination, and like Nixon, a right down the middle essentially like political biopic, just like nobody went. People were like, no thanks. We saw JFK. You're not. Well, I'm not dealing that again. You're crazy, man.
Maybe they'd been Nixoned out.
No, well, this movie doesn't have the thrill of truth-telling that JFK had. JFK was like, no, we're going to get to the bottom of this. You're going to unravel a mystery. Here, Nixon, there isn't really a mystery. If anything, a lot of the stuff that Nixon touches on was already kind of covered by a movie that happens to be one of Justin Gurmal's favorite movies, Secret Honor, which is that...
Sure, although not a movie that a lot of people
No,
have seen
but
also.
that everyone kind of knew Nixon was insecure, that he was very attached to his Quaker mother, and he was literally a man of contrasts, a man who, like, craved power, which required establishment ties, while also feeling persecuted by the very establishment he tried to take over.
He is a deeply vulnerable, emotional sort of person who is obsessed with what people think of him, but refuses to behave in a way where people would think better of him.
Yeah.
You know, like, he's a total narcissist who, like, doesn't know what to do with that. Or, it's absolutely bonobos.
Yeah.
This is the kind
No,
of movie...
he's a narcissist that had no drive, that had no ambition to make people actually like him, only respect him. And those are very different goals.
Yes.
Sure.
One of the best lines in the movie is a president doesn't make threats. He doesn't have to.
Yeah.
For me, it really, like, that point that you just made, like,
He
really
doesn't
locked
have to.
in with, really locked in during that sequence where he's like, she's right, it's the beast.
Oh, well, that's,
whatever.
I kind of hate that scene, actually.
No, to me, it makes sense because it paints Nixon as like he has to do it this way,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he's part of it, and that's like
that is kind of the thesis of the movie, is that Nixon, by becoming the president, slowly realizes that being the president of the United States does not make you the most powerful man in the world. And what he identifies as the beast, which he kind of is the same kind of creature he touches on, Oliver Stone touches on in JFK, as just the military industrial complex, which is not an American institution, a world institution. That
Justin, are you
even
saying
then has its own conflicts? Like you have,
Justin-
like Nixon talks about constantly the Eastern establishment, while Nixon is hanging around with fucking Texan like oil barons and like car manufacturers who are upset about integrated busing.
Justin, are you saying that Nixon is saying, I'm just like a dog chasing cars.
Well,
I wouldn't know what I would do if I'd got one.
well,
This movie has Nixon ask you, "Do you want to know how I got these scars?"
no, what it touches on is a concept actually pushed by a writer, a journalist named Carl Oglesby in the book The Yankee Cowboy War, which
Mr. President, some men just want to watch the world burn.
which
Mr. President.
which tries to ground the Kennedy assassination and the Watergate scandal in basically who benefits from both happening. And it recognizes there are two general material interests of, on the coasts, especially on the East Coast, are the Yankees, who are like merchants and financiers. They're people who want to like work with like Europe. They're concerned about like the Soviets, and they're mostly people who work in like banking. It's people like the Rockefellers. They're kind of socially conscious, but mostly in a way to look good. They support the arts.
Merely adopted the doc. I was
the darkness. Yeah, Kennedy, Yankee, hardcore.
I was
Yankee.
thinking about 89 Batman a lot during this movie.
That's a very good app. I think that's very reasonable.
Do you want to get nuts?
The first time we see the first time we see the White House, it's this like spooky shot through the rain.
Yeah,
it looks like a
looks
haunted
fucking
house.
evil.
And then like a lightning flash goes off over it, and the
Yes,
horses
and,
whinny as we cut back to
the off-screen horse.
And Nixon's always like
It's fucking
his,
Dracula's castle.
his
armadillos and shit running around.
his like room where he listens to his recordings is like his little bat cave. It's always so dark in there.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking about 89 Batman a lot, and also with just these kind of like swooping. It felt a little Tim Burton-y to me.
No, I think it's very
this
reasonable.
Oliver Stone film,
The
I
East-
think that's kind of why I liked it.
The East Coast is haunted malignant. The cowboys in the conflict are industrialists and manufacturers. They're like they're the oilmen. They're the guys that Nixon hangs out with in Texas. And those are also the guys that the movie kind of frames as the people who get him fucking kicked out.
And it's Larry Hagman who played JR in Dallas.
Yeah.
Famous for Who Shot JR. And I don't know.
This movie's fucking loaded with guys.
That's
Fucking James Woods is running around.
That's
fucking
and I
Powers
think-
Booth.
Yeah, there's a
Niles.
I-
Remember that scene where
really
Niles
do
says,
like,
"Oh, fuck my cock."
I do like Oliver, like the folks that Oliver Stone works with. I do like the actors in his, like,
He has a very
obviously
good
James Wood
casting
is
director.
a problematic person.
James
But-
Woods is a problematic guy, but maybe I've said it before, but like he doesn't have like a lot of crimes. So, he seems like a pain in the ass,
Yeah.
but like he's not like a pedophile, to my knowledge.
He hasn't like crashed cars a lot or like
Right, he just seems like annoying, which fair enough.
Yeah.
I just there's this Oliver Stone's movies, just this like they're just a sea of just like I like it's like what's the word? Just working actors and interesting character actors.
He loves character.
We have not mentioned that fucking Bob Hoskins
Yeah.
is
I
J.
hate
Edgar
it.
Hoover.
I fucking
and his
hate this Hoover
introductory
so fucking
scene
much.
is him putting a little piece of melon in his mouth for a pool
His
boy to eat out of it.
y'all, it's his movies for
Movie
babies trivia. Did you guys know this? It's his third time. This is the third time appearing on this show.
I of course know Mario. I'm
the
familiar
second time
with the
being
man.
Spice World.
Oh,
That's true. See, yeah, one of the
And
spicers
so-
just pops out as him.
And so, like, one of these days, we're gonna talk about Roger Rabbit at
we
some
have
point.
to, right? Like we literally
And
have
you know,
to.
at some point, we're gonna talk about every child's favorite movie, Noriega, God's favorite.
We're gonna talk about Mona Lisa too.
You know,
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Long Good Friday.
but Bob
our kid's favorite
Hoskins
movie.
is showing up a lot. We talk about Hoskins a
No,
lot.
because he's a good actor, but this
Hoskins' heads
Hoover
rise
is
up, you know?
fucking. Vern, you talk about caricatures. This is where I don't think Oliver Stone's cares for gay people very much. Because this
Probably
Hoover
not.
is the most, like, maliciously mincing fairy I've ever seen put to cinema. This, like,
You guys,
he flirts aggressively with the pool boy. Anytime there's ever, like, a man in uniform in the shot, he looks at him from, like, toe to top. It's like, in a way that Hoover, as far as I can tell, never did. Hoover was never, like, that open and blatant. We also don't even know if he was actually gay. We just know he, like, dressed up.
Did you? Kevin, before he got on mic, was talking about how he was going to do a song, but he plumb forgot.
I plumb forgot. I can do a little bit of it for you.
Did you guys know that with every one of these, I've came in with a character that I planned to do and then didn't do that? Did you know that? I wanted to for the first one for Born on the 4th of July. I wanted to do a character. I wanted to do his brother. I wanted to do Tom Cruise's brother in that movie, and just be like, I told him. I fucking told him.
I said that would happen.
I fucking said it. Like, just an entitled, like, kind of, like, that character. And then last year, whenever we did Wall Street, I wanted to do, in the tradition of Fancy Suit Freddy, and
Of course,
in the tradition
course.
of Chex,
Everyone's
the
favorite.
Charmeleon,
Yeah.
I wanted to do a pile of money from Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh,
And so I
very,
wanted-
very good. Yeah.
So I wanted to be on Wall Street and like, hey there, you greedy fucking bastard, and just
Yeah, that's good.
and try to entrance you guys into picking me up. I didn't have a character for this one. I did have a character for this one. I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
Who's the
though.
character, Vern? I'm sorry for yelling about the queer depiction of J. Edgar Hoover.
It's all good,
Please
it's all good.
describe your character.
Justice for J. Edgar Hoover, who did nothing wrong.
No,
I don't know how to handle- I
I'm
don't-
all for absolutely
Justin
treating
says
J.
let
Edgar
him off
Hoover
the
like
hook.
shit. Just
Justin
don't make him a
said,
gay
let him
stereotype.
Be free. Justin
It's,
said guilty, innocent.
Yeah.
This movie
Nothing
did send
wrong.
me down like kind of a wiki wormhole where I was read for the first time read anything about J. Edgar Hoover and all this stuff, but it's just a thing where it's like, oh wow, this is way too complicated for a simple man like me to discuss. But
Vern,
so
this
I
is a safe
just,
place. You can discuss it.
Oh, I'm a stupid man. I don't want to say something stupid, but and so I was just I don't know. I maybe at some point during this podcast, maybe we'll hear from Bob Hoskins' American accent.
Oh,
Maybe we'll hear from Bob Hoskins' American accent.
Well, Vern, I gotta ask. Is Bob Hoskins' American accent in the room with us?
Maybe.
we see him.
We'll see.
Can we? Oh, I'm gonna James Lipton you. Can we
like,
talk
Vern-
to Bob
Vern-
James
Hoskins'
Lipton me.
American accent?
Let's paint a
Oh.
scene. Let's paint a scene. I'm currently at a comically, blatantly fixed horse race. About to talk to Nixon about
pretend
rigging
I'm a
campaign.
pool boy. Pretend I'm a pool boy and ooh, I'm hungry for melon. Pretend I'm a pool boy.
I'm looking at the screen. It's saying attempting to connect. So we'll see. I put in the command. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. Also, movie trivia. You guys, I'm assuming the version of this movie that you guys watched was 3 hours and 13 minutes.
Yeah.
But
was the,
were
version I
you
watched on
aware?
Hoopla!
Were you aware that the director of the FBI was originally depicted in this movie, or another, not the director of the FBI, another person who was then in the FBI? There was a political person who was in this, and it seemed very real that they would try to sue over their depiction in the movie.
Oh.
And so his scenes got cut, and scenes at Nixon with Nixon at his daughter's wedding got cut. And there are DVDs that exist of this movie.
Wait.
At a
So what were on the Hoover was at the wedding.
Time.
What scenes were cut?
An extended version of that wedding scene.
Extended
So there's
cut.
a 4-hour cut of this movie, which I guess doesn't get bounced around a lot. It wasn't on any of the streaming networks that we watched it on.
I absolutely believe
This
there is
3-hour thing
extra,
would have
there's
been
a
4.
4-hour cut of this.
I believe there is anything up to like a 6-hour cut of this
Yeah.
movie. This feels like a movie that they just truly filmed everything, and we're like, our two
Oliver Stone
two
absolutely
guys will figure it out in editing.
filmed the time when Nixon yelled about Archie Bunker on the tapes, and got really heated about All in the Family.
Yeah, I was
Really steamed up about
there
it.
was that moment during whenever he realizes the kind of the severity of the situation, there's that sequence where he wakes up and he's coughing up blood, and I was assuming okay, so this is going to be the time where
He's gonna bite the big one.
Nixon has to get the asshole transplant. But turns out it was a completely different thing, and so I'm guessing that maybe that 4-hour cut or the 5-hour cut deals with Nixon's asshole transplant.
Gets into
and with,
the asshole transplant.
and then of course when the asshole rejected him. It showed Nixon taking a handful of pills, and I'm maybe those were the pills that he was used to help so that he wouldn't reject his new asshole.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But they never brought that up in this, which I thought was
Didn't come up.
an interesting choice.
Well, it didn't take, because the first time he undid his drawers and looked in the mirror to look at it, it looked back at him and said, "Boy, and I thought I was full of shit."
That John Cleese line, this is in my head permanently.
Yeah, no,
Nixon's
that's-
got
He
had an asshole transplant.
just permanently in my head. I don't know.
You're
I
good.
liked it.
Yep.
I really liked the production design of this movie. I really liked the on a technical level. I really admired the editing of this movie.
I really like that scene where they're orchestrating the bombing of Cambodia, and Nixon's eating a big ol' steak, and the steak is undercooked, so it just pours blood all over his plate.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now, not everyone's gonna read into that scene. You know what I
I
mean?
love it. I love it.
Very subtle, but if you squint, if you look,
Yeah.
there might be.
I get.
There might be when Nixon literally ends that scene by saying, "I've got blood on my hands." If you squint.
Do you see what I mean? It's
really paying
almost
attention.
Stone
it's
plays
almost
for-
Mad Magazine territory, and I think it works. I think it works to try to convey, whatever Oliver Stone is trying to communicate.
It fucking works, but I can't help this. God help me! I'm reading here.
Looks
I
like I
cannot-
got blood on my hands.
can't
Oh,
stop
Nixon goosed it again.
Oh, Nixon
boy.
did it again.
Oh, I keep
But-
wiping my nose on my sleeve. It's ruining all my long sleeves.
I can't help but read an attempt to understand. This might be a big ol' stretch, but I can't help but find a line between here and his Putin interviews.
I don't even.
Haven't watched them personally.
Stone is very if not
Does he frost
pro
Nixon his
Putin,
ass?
is very sympathetic of Putin.
Always.
Like David Frost did. He fucking got him.
And this is a movie about a guy struggling to keep shit working.
It's killing me how much Justin is no-selling me in this episode.
I'm sorry.
He's no-selling both of us.
He's no-selling us so hard on
I'm
the
sorry.
show when
No,
we
I'll
get
stop.
high.
I'll yes and. I'll yes
No.
and.
Justin's
it's
trying.
funny,
Justin's
it's
trying
funny.
so hard to make valid points, and Vern and I are doing everything in our power to stop him. He's just no-selling us at every opportunity.
No, I'm sorry. I'll listen. I'll be a good friend and listen to my good friend.
No, Justin,
I
we
fucking
love you so
podcast
much.
with,
We
and
love
get
you
up.
so
You know
much.
what? I'm taking my soapbox and I'm getting my hatchet, and that shit's kindling. Soapbox, firewood.
It's
Nothing.
no, Justin, we love you so much.
No, Justin, we love you and your soapbox.
No.
You need that to build a derby car.
I don't. No, I'm in the car. I'm driving on the road, and I crashed, and that's okay. Did I win the race? No. Is my neck broken? Yes, but I'm a happier man for it because I'm with my friends.
Yay!
I'm sorry for talking over you boys.
No, you're fine, buddy.
No,
we love you.
You're fine.
We love you.
We were literally talking over you on purpose, and you're giving us nothing. You were stone facing me. We were like, "Look at me, Daddy, look at me," and we were like doing flips, and you were like, "You would not put down the Sunday paper." You were so deep in the Sunday paper. You're like, "Oh, those clowns in Congress are at it again." And we're
Justin, at Kevin and I's cores, we're little Nixons, and we need Daddy's attention. We need Mommy's attention.
No. What we need to do is we need to get Lil Nixon some Yokumberry
Little
tonic
Nixons.
and make him a big Nixon.
I was just like, I don't know, we've been doing this for like an hour. I'm like, man, Justin is just not, like, he's so strong.
My opinions
keeps
are so
pushing.
powerful.
He just keeps pushing through. No matter how many times I try to riff on 60s political figures saying Batman lines, he's gonna keep pushing.
The point I was trying to make, long story short, 60 seconds shot line.
No, it's we just wanted, like, over here Kevin and I were thinking about like a Shadow of the Colossus parody with Nixon and the political beast.
We were having
And
fun
we're
exploring
trying
that.
Justin to come over
so
here.
tall.
We got this.
You had to climb on him to stab him in the
climb.
neck, and that what makes Nixon fall.
Every boss fight's like a puzzle, you know?
Yeah.
That's what we're getting at. And Justin's trying to make like salient political points. And I'm like, what if Robert McNamara was the Penguin? That'd be funny. That'd be kind of what if G Gordon Liddy was Mr. Freeze? I think it would go a little something.
What? No. But E. Howard
Like
Hunt
that.
would make for a very good Riddler.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Something I have to brainworm I have to say right now is that there's a very famous moment in Mission Impossible 5: Rogue Nation where Alec Baldwin as the president of the CIA is standing there. He doesn't like Ethan Hunt very much, but at one point it's revealed that a guy he didn't think was Ethan Hunt was actually Ethan Hunt the whole time, and the camera dollies in on Alec Baldwin's face and it slows to a stop, and then he says, "Hunt." And that happens in this movie also as well. So maybe it's a intentional homage by Christopher McQuarrie, or maybe it's just an incredible bit of cinema syncopation that happens in both Nixon and Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation.
I'm confident it's intentional. I think let me please make my point that my heart will stop beating and I can die in peace. It's that with Nixon, Stone seems cinematically comes to terms with the fact of the military-industrial complex as a fundamentally unstoppable monstrosity and arguably the greatest evil that exists on the earth. Truly the most heroic thing is to at least try to control or interfere with it or resist it in some fucking way. Like, Nixon is kind of heroic for trying to tame and bend the beast towards goodwill, for fucking building relationships, functional, actual relationships with the very countries he spent his whole political career demonizing and otherizing, with China and Russia. In reality, Nixon fucking hated the hot war shit Reagan wanted to do, because Nixon wanted actual working relationships with these countries instead of beating them. Cut to, decades later, he's doing shit with Putin, because Putin, a guy who fucking took over a country that lost the Cold War, is now posing some kind of resistance to the American military-industrial complex. Again, arguably the most evil institution in the world. Is Putin a bad man who fucking deals with gangsters and crooked spies and political psychos? Yes. Is he fending off, again, arguably the most evil institution in the world? Also yes, and that is a compromise Oliver Stone, as a filmmaker and as a person, seems to be increasingly okay with. And I think that compromise of, again, fighting evil in a fundamentally destructive establishment kind of seems to come through Nixon. A guy who fucking hates the crooked Kennedys, but gets into bed with equally psycho people from the fucking John Birch Society. People who were actually thought, like, fluoridated water ruined their bodily fluids.
And if Spiro Agnew were Mr. Freeze, he would say, Nixon is trying to ice me out.
This is the last time I'll say something serious on this show.
Don't worry, me too.
I will say like that, like, part of why this movie resonated with me is that, like, Nixon did portray, like, Anthony Hopkins as Nixon. The movie portrayed Nixon as, like, a very interesting, character from a mental health point of view. It reminded me a lot of people that I grew up with, and I think there's a thing in people where you just, like, you want to change your life and you want to, do the thing that makes you great or whatever, and you keep going further up you keep working for it, and you keep finding yourself increasingly unhappy, and you don't know why you're increasingly unhappy, because it's something that you thought you wanted, and you don't do anything to buck the system, though. You just keep tunneling in the same direction. I think there's it's a problem that folks have, or it's like, they want their lives to change, but they keep tunneling in the same direction. And they think, well, if I just keep working harder at it. And sometimes you just need a change of the monkeys and heads said it best. If you want to see the mermaids, you got to jump off that bridge. Sometimes you got to take a leap and change things. But I think, like, Nixon, was caught up in the machine and was part of the beast. And, by someone like him rising to the top, that he helped the beast climb even further. And I don't know, I just thought that was super interesting, and it helped me, like, I saw Nixon the same day that I learned some horrible news about a powerful figure at one that I used to work for, and I just thought it was something, and I thought about it after, like, a big day in counseling. I just thought it was something interesting about how we get caught up in a web or whatever, trying to be better, but we keep tunneling in the same direction. And I thought it was interesting for that. Yeah. But I also thought it was super interesting whenever James Woods approaches Nixon and he says, "We've got the thing. It's the smoking bullet. If we release this, they're going to sock it to you." And Anthony Hopkins says, "Sock it to me?" And I thought just the way they handled that was really incredible in this movie. To
support your point, Virgil, I think you absolutely nailed it with Nixon. It's just a guy who wanted it too much. To quote Hunter S. Thompson's obituary of Nixon in The Atlantic, "He has poisoned our water forever. Nixon will be remembered as a classic case of a smart man shitting in his own nest. But he also shit in our nests. And now's the crime that history will burn on his memory like a brand. By disgracing and degrading the presidency of the United States. By fleeing the White House like a diseased cur. Richard Nixon broke the heart of the American dream."
My last point, serious one, I promise, is that, like, Nixon is such a difficult man to actually get your finger on. Like, we all know, like, the cartoon version of him, like, Billy West on Futurama. Exactly. And it's, like, so easy to know the cartoon version of this guy, but there's so many, like, weird internal peculiarities about Nixon, like, he was weirdly extremely good with the Environmental Protection Agency and, like, seemed to actually, care and be interested in that facet of things, while also, raining down so many bombs on parts of Asia, that it ruined their ecosystem. Like, these are two things that exist at the same time. He is a deeply paranoid man who also recorded every conversation that he had, which is like such an easy way for like your worst paranoid delusions to get the better of you, like, and just like,
I for one loved All in the Family.
Right, and like it's so easy, and like the missing 18 and a half minutes, are this big question that a lot of people have toiled and worried over for decades, and like he again, it's like something like I tried to say earlier, like he's so vain and he's so conspiratorial, and he just will not behave in a way that will alleviate those fears to any significant degree.
He probably thinks this film is about him.
Well,
he
died the year before the movie came out. And they incorporated footage of his funeral in the DVD release.
That was nice
in
of
the
them.
movie.
But
I saw it too.
his daughters hated this
I was
movie.
making a joke, Justin. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get the joke.
Justin doesn't listen to songs. Justin, unless your song is about the Camptown racetrack being 5 miles long. Justin
Right. No. Unless you're telling
listening.
me that you're way down upon that Swanee River. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Someone is coming around the mountain when they come, like Justin does not want to hear it.
Maybe Bob Hoskins' American accent. Maybe he'll be at the Camptown racetrack. Maybe that's where he'll. Maybe if we walk in that direction, we'll find.
As long as he bets some money on that bobtailed bet some money on bobtailed nag, so I can bet on the bay.
So we'll be at base. And like as far whether or not his kids liked his depiction in this movie is actually like the least interesting question in the world to me. And I feel that way essentially about every celebrity biopic. Anytime a famous person is portrayed on screen, and it's like, yes, of course you don't like when your parent is shown doing bad things, but like, I'm sorry, that's something you must get over as the child of someone who did bad things. Also, it's really, really not important to me if somebody's descendants like the way that their ancestor was portrayed. It's just like not an interesting question to me.
It's I don't know.
Especially if your dad was Nixon.
Yeah,
like you're just that. You just gotta like.
You just gotta own it.
That's part of the that's part of the beast. You know what I mean? That's part of like.
It's part of the beast.
Nixon wanted to be known, and we know him. It reminded me of earlier in the year. And this is part of a new segment that I refer to as the na 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 whoosh, Coppola kick. Earlier this year, I was. It's his birthday today.
We
We
refuse to create. We refuse to create audio drops for these different sections of the show. We just sing them. We just
sing them.
We do it live.
I was watching the conversation
Nick Weiger.
earlier in the year, and it really resonated with me whenever I watched it this time. And it was Harry Cole in that movie. He's the fucking best at recording conversations. There's that guy at that convention that's like kind of obsessed with him, and Harry Cole like proudly boasts how he got this one specific recording. But the thing is like by becoming so good at that line of work, he became hyper aware of it, and he became like, well, if this much power is out, if I could use this much power could be used on me, and it drives him insane. Yeah. It causes him to completely wreck the apartment that he lives in, and I think that like this movie does a very good job of that same thing happening with Nixon. Nixon being aware of being aware of inertia, I think just he was so consumed with power and so consumed with whatever he thought everyone was kind of on the same level as him, and that made him very like susceptible to like nervous about that kind of stuff. And I just think for a movie like Nixon to remind me of like a masterpiece, like The Conversation. Like that's something. That's something in this movie's favor. But I just thought I liked the movie. I thought it was like kind of it was breezier in a way that some of the other ones were not. I don't know. But I also think that's part of it is because Nixon has been like, after we've seen years and years of Nixon's head in the jar and Johnny Carson doing jokes about Nixon. Like
We watched Rich Little.
Rich, exactly. Like it all kind of like sands the edges off of Nixon a little bit. That makes this a little bit digestible. But I also wonder if people, like, by the time this movie came out, they're like, we're tired of hearing about Nixon. I don't want to hear about this guy anymore. And maybe that's why folks didn't go see it. But I don't know. I wasn't there.
Like most things, it's usually, a conflagration of different things, Maybe people were a little burned out on the whole Oliver Stone thing. Maybe they went out to go see National Born Killers literally the year before this, and we're like, all right, okay, buddy. All right, Mr. Platoon. Like, man, I'm not into your late style.
Also, the 3+ hour runtime is
not a huge
hurdle in and of itself.
Not a
Folks
huge sell.
are
This
really,
is 1995. They can go see Toy Story.
Did you guys
This is
watch
back when they
this in
made
shifts, or did you watch
90-minute
this straight
movies.
through?
Back when they made Toy Story, you could go see Toy Story. Apollo 13. You could go see Apollo 13 if you wanted to.
Did you guys watch this in shifts, or did you watch it straight through?
Shifts.
I
Really?
watched it in shifts the first time and then straight through the second time.
You watched it
this movie
twice.
Twice?
Did. I as a
Wow.
rule, try to watch every movie we do for this podcast twice.
Wow.
That includes movies for babies?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Justin, you're insane. That's cool. That's cool that you do that.
Oh, thanks.
No wonder you have salient points to make while I'm jerking off.
Dang, you have like thoughts and reads?
Damn, dude, I'm over here fucking like, my tongue hanging out of my mouth.
I
dude.
would watch this
Oh
again.
damn.
though.
Oh damn. Pat Nixon would make such a good Batgirl.
Oh, that's a good, Justin. That's such a good idea.
No,
Sad
I'm
about
just
that.
kidding. She's Catwoman.
Yeah, I was about to say she's Catwoman. She's like, meow, Nixon.
She can steal
I
my
think I have
heart.
the perfect endorsement for you.
Listen, guys. All I want in my life is a severe but compassionate woman that I can just desperately call buddy in my most emotionally vulnerable moments.
It was.
buddy.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
It was. That was a nice little little attention to detail, because like, whenever Nicole and I are having like kind of heartfelt moments, it's never like Nicole.
I was like, pal.
And I thought, this, Oliver, whether, I don't know if Nixon really did refer to his wife as buddy or not, but like, that's a choice. You know what I mean? If he did not do that, that's
Right.
a choice for Oliver Stone, and I just think it's just an interesting
like
stuff.
it's a good flourish. It just got distracting when he was using it every other line.
Butter. It
See
reminded me
here,
of
buddy.
It reminded me of Terrence
We're
and
gonna steal
Phillip,
the
or like
presidency,
Canadians. It reminded me of
Oh,
South
hey,
Park
buddy.
Canadians. Yeah, South Park
When
Canadians.
Nixon's head was
Hey,
like
buddy.
flapping and jumping
right,
up and
right.
down on his head.
Jumping off. I'm not your buddy,
that-
pal.
Say there, Spiro Agnew. What's the sound of two hands clapping? I don't know. What is it? And he goes, and they go,
Yes, they would do a thing about like Kissinger would walk in and he'd say like, "It's time for me to drop more bombs," and then he'd just fart on Nixon's head a whole bunch, and then they'd just both laugh. They should do Terrence and Phillip cartoons like Itchy and Scratchy. That should be like, I want more Terrence and Phillip cartoons.
We don't
I
need
really
South
like Terrence
Park.
and Phillip as a comedic duo. I really like them as a comedic duo. I think we could do more
Yeah,
with.
it's a rich vein too that we can keep trying.
Yeah, like Terrence and Phillip doing like Kissinger and Nixon. Like, that's funny.
I
Like,
mean, they're like, They're like the premise of the South Park movie. I feel like that. I don't know how many Terrence and Phillips they kept doing after that, but it kind of feels like, all right, we've done.
I just wish it was a reoccurring segment on the show, like Itchy and Scratchy used to be.
Sure.
You know,
it was. I mean, it was at a certain point.
I miss it.
It was at a certain point. You watching like new South Park, Vern? You caught up with
no
South Park's deft, careful hand on COVID. You know, like it's.
I fell off the South Park wagon way back whenever. I used to love South Park. I watched South Park
I will say, they did like a time skip at one point where it's like the kids 20 years later.
As adults.
Yes, and I will say,
that Simpsons episode.
I really respect that the funniest thing they could imagine happening to Cartman is converting to Judaism. And, like, he has, like, a yarmulke with the same pattern of his, like, beanie.
Oh, well, see, now that's
he's
comedy.
just very vocal about how much he loves being Jewish. And Kyle thinks it's a bit and doesn't trust it.
Nor should he, given their history.
Of course. When
Kyle
Cartman literally
Broflovsky should be
dressed up
very
as
cautious when
Hitler
dealing with Eric Cartman.
to march people down to a screening of The Passion of the Christ.
Eric Cartman, low-key toxic.
There was I missed Twitter whenever it wasn't. There was an era of Twitter where, you know, you could curate your feed more, I think. And I just remember there was a period of time where Tim Kalpakis kept tweeting out things like, foul-mouthed little Eric Cartman needs his mouth washed out with soap and things like that. Like, he was really offended by Eric Cartman's language, and it made me laugh very, very hard.
Get this kid in line.
And I miss being able to read things like that on my phone
instead of just reading pussy in bio in the comments of every post.
Yeah, it's pretty fun over there. I like it. I a while ago just became fascinated by this like very vibrant online community of people who ship Kyle Broflovsky and Stan Marsh like really profoundly. And I'm just like the mental like hula hoops one has to do to like conjure a very real love story between Kyle to watch South Park and then be able to create like romantic literature is like an act of transformation, you know, akin to creating a light bulb or something from like whole cloth.
It's also considering they're based on the show creators, you might as well be asking Parker and Stone to just kiss in front of you.
I mean, buddy, I bet I could find a healthy amount of Matt Stone and Trey Parker fic if that's what you're asking me to do. I bet that is a rich well of material.
I do think it's super interesting how like South Park started out as, you know, like cutouts of construction paper, and like that there is like a huge that it's created a huge fan art community is really fascinating to me. How just I'm you know, maybe because like construction paper is an easy foundation to build on, maybe artistically, but I'm always struck by that there's like I follow a few on Instagram, like South Park fan art accounts, and I just think that's an interesting thing that like literal construction paper inspired that.
It is cool seeing people translate these very simplistic like character designs into like ones with dimension and like shape.
I think I just miss whenever it was a show when it was a show like more about like the town and the town was like, you know, like I watched this episode of early South Park
or like even early Simpsons. When it was about the people of the town.
When Kyle and the boys used to go out for frosty chocolate milkshakes.
Yeah, I watched this. If we did a Who's Hear Something, this would maybe be a Hear Something. But I watched this episode of South Park called City on the Edge of Forever, and it's loaded with a bunch of Star Trek references. But the B plot is about the school bus driver, and it's the funniest fucking thing. I laughed so hard because she's just this hateful woman who just screams at everyone, and she wanders into this casino and heckles the comedian. In front of like a an executive of some network, and he thinks that like, oh, people are laughing harder at her. And, like, she makes this big career, and the entire time she's just being a hateful woman. That was I just wasn't prepared for a subplot involving the bus driver character from an episode of South Park. And I just like, oh, I miss that. I miss whenever it wasn't tied into like some bigger thing. Right. I miss when it was just like kind of stupid.
Well, I think that's back when before they like developed literally one of the worst things that can happen to certain artists is developing prestige, where people started like seeing things happening in real life and wondering, how will
Nolan doing,
Star Trek cover? No, not Star Trek. How will fucking South Park cover it? Like, how will South Park cover 9/11? How will South Park cover Marvel movies? Or like, et cetera, and like...
What would you do if you were asked to give up your dreams for freedom?
The point is that,
Justin,
like,
once
South
again,
Park
Justin, get higher. Justin, smoke
do you
more
want me
weed.
to get up and walk away and get higher? I'll do it.
That's the premise of the show. You don't have to if you don't want to.
I don't like getting high for
you.
podcasts because then I don't talk as much, and which kind of makes for bad audio.
We love you, buddy. We
love you,
I
buddy.
love you too, boys.
It's just you're designated writing on this episode.
I switched to mints.
Boys, I'll be right back. I'll do some shots of Campari, and I'll be a lot stupider real quick.
Shots of Campari?
That's what's available.
Oh, okay. That was going to be my guess.
All right,
like,
I'll be right back, boys. I'm going to get
Damn,
on my
you don't have
to.
Let me
We
get
love
real
you,
dumb
buddy.
real
You
quick,
don't
and
have
I'll
to
be
go
right
anywhere.
back.
He's
don't
going
have
to
to.
shoot some orange liqueur. I feel I'm not trying to like, get the guy into a place he doesn't want to get to. It's just like he's just wrangling cats this episode. He's trying to herd stray animals,
I love our friend Justin.
You and me are goofing around. We're doing little somersaults and shit over here. We're doing little tumbles on the mat, and Justin is like, "No, be careful." He's trying to have like an adult conversation. I feel bad for the guy, legitimately. We're like ruining his profound thoughts with our own...
Justin is very smart. Justin is so smart.
Hey, all three of us are smart in our way.
Pardon?
All three of us are smart in our way.
I guess I could say that. Yeah, I'll give you that. I think Justin's very. I admire Justin's intelligence.
He knows a lot of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. He's got just a deep familiarity with a lot of things that are beyond my wavelength. Because I'm just a stupid man. And
You're not stupid. You're not stupid. You shut up. You are not stupid. You say this about yourself all the time. Make me mad. Make me mad when you say you're stupid.
Whenever I say I'm a stupid man, I say, like, the things that I enjoy doing is watching the new Indiana Jones movie on the airplane.
Very normal thing to enjoy. Millions have done the same. You're in the sky. There are no rules. What a perfect time to hang out with your friend, Henry Jones.
It was fun. Those flights, I love those long... Kevin, I don't know if you've ever gotten to take an international flight.
I have not.
But they're great for just like marathoning movies.
All right, boys, I'm back, and I'm turning on the camera to show as a sign of trust.
Don't do this,
Justin. I don't have a camera to turn on, so that makes me left out.
All right, well, no. I've been called out. And
You've not been called out.
Justin, we love you. Look at our friend Justin.
Lamp I've turned on.
Look at our friend.
Yeah, Justin, you look like in a movie set in space. You're the captain who left like the last message of like the Voyager 2 is going down.
My final
the
message.
Voyager
this
2,
isn't
we've lost.
Campari. It's Rosso Americano made by a shitty St. Louis variant.
I gotta take a picture. I gotta take a picture
of Justin on the last broadcast from the Nostromo.
Right.
Captain's log.
As I'm on track to reignite Mars, not the sun. We're turning Mars into another sun.
We need to for science. That's what the mission of the Icarus 2. And now he is holding one of those train whistles in his mouth as if he's going. Justin appears to be setting himself on fire. I feel worse and worse about this every moment. Every
Sorry.
every
It's one of the
moment
trials
passes
and
by.
tribulations of having a mustache.
This is
I wouldn't know.
troubling footage. This is troubling.
I'm troubled.
Ooh. Is this 1970s Ireland? Because there's some troubles afoot.
Am I a Bart Simpson single album release? Because we're in deep trouble.
All right, and
Justin,
that's a wrap.
We
on
love
the
you just the way you
Night
are,
Gabriello.
We love you, Justin.
So
Put the lighter
hard.
down.
Put that down. Don't.
I'm putting it
We
down.
love you. We love you.
Also, Vern,
Not that way.
Vern, this is 25% alcohol. This is nothing.
That is something.
Oh,
That's 25%. That's a quarter.
That's a quarter.
It's a whole. Yeah. It's a
Don't
whole.
spend
Washington.
that quarter
I'm
on beer. Spend that quarter on a stick of gum.
turning the camera off because my credentials have been submitted.
Don't, Justin.
He has submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society.
Yeah.
The fact that he smokes weed
It's powdered
every
milk.
day.
It's powdered milk.
Yeah, and
With
I
the
drink
powder that they
and I
throw on the
drink
fire that makes it go
Campari
boop.
straight.
It's powdered milk.
That actually
It's powdered
does
milk.
scan, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't want to be the guy to say it, but you would order a Campari at the bar, and the bartender would go,
Why?
and then he'd pour it for you.
Yeah.
A Campari at the bari.
A Campari at the bar.
A Campari
I have
at
to
the
trim my
bar.
mustache 'cause I
I'm doing a
burned it.
parody song of a song in Godfather 3.
Which, like, even that's too far even for me.
I've never seen it, and I frankly
I have never
feel
seen it
no
either.
initiative to.
It's bizarre. I have to push that I have to push that trap door down because if you let the Vern,
Yeah, that's true. We cannot open this cage.
If you have a high Vern and you ask him about Godfather 3,
we
like,
gotta
you've-
shut it down.
You've released a bull in a china shop, like.
Yeah, we gotta pull that.
I gotta-
we gotta pull the escape hatch now.
Yeah, we can do it. I'm not gonna subject my friends.
Any other thoughts about Nixon? We haven't mentioned it really, but Mary Steenburgen as Mama
Yeah.
Nixon throwing heat.
Pat, genuinely, kind of.
She's throwing fucking knuckleballs right over the plate.
Every scene with her is so good as just this comically devoted woman to the most insecure man in the world.
It's good that we were talking about that editing earlier. Like whenever he first meets Pet, they splice in footage of his mom, and they're trying to say something with that fucking editing.
Oh,
I
You get
just,
it? Do you see it? Hey, did you
I
know
just-
this?
They're swinging. I appreciate the bold swings, even if they are to the cheap seats. I appreciate.
I
it.
love that they
And I miss
kept
seeing
the
Mary
fact that
Steenburgen
he
in
drove
things.
Pat to her dates, when not with him. He volunteered to be her chaperone.
What a cuck.
No, he just doesn't
I miss
quit.
seeing Mary
He hates
Steenburgen in
being
things,
beaten.
but Nicole fucking loves Christmas. Nicole, it's her favorite season, and part of my Christmas gift to her every year is by trying to show up for her and also enjoying Christmas despite not enjoying it. And so I try to do as many Christmas things with her as I can, and she had heard about this holiday movie that she wanted to see with Mary Steenburgen and Harry Dean Stanton, and it was called One Magic Christmas. And I'm like, you know what? I like those people. I want to show up for you on a Christmas level during the holidays. I'll watch this movie with you. And it's a bummer of a movie. It's real sad. And so if you one of my first Letterboxd reviews ever is of that movie, and it says more like one tragic Christmas.
Oh, that's good. As Roger Ebert once said, no movie with Harry Dean Stanton or M. Emmett Walsh can be all bad.
He's true. He's true.
He's true.
There's at some point on our other show that we do, we're going to do a movie that no one has ever heard of called Poor White Trash. and it was filmed in Southern Illinois while I lived there.
Whoa.
And I know all the lore. And at one point, like, we're going to explore my very specific Southern Illinois childhood.
Oh boy.
By watching
Vern,
Poor
I'm
White
genuinely.
Trash.
I hope you do it soon, because I'm like so. Just from the various hints you've dropped in all the years I've known you. And I'm thinking not as a podcast, but as a friend. Like being able
It's
to like,
it's a
actually,
podcast
like,
I
hear truly like where you grew up and like we get the bio we get the era relevant needle drops of like young Vern with his own crew. We can only imagine as like a bunch of dusty children. And
Yeah,
like,
it's
half
like-
of whom are in flat caps. The other have like size appropriate crowbars. And they just
But
like,
you
throw
got- there's
rocks at
a-
passing trains.
There was a while where we were all like, like you suggested like Pet Shop, and Kevin suggested
Star Kid.
Star Kid, and I was like, I wonder what that movie is for me. And I'm like, well, I know about a low budget movie that was shot like where I lived. That's probably as close as we can get.
Hey,
So-
Jamie Presley's in it, you know?
Jamie
I've heard
Presley.
worse sells.
and Emmett Walsh.
And Emmett Walsh.
Loving
And
it.
that movie
Emmett
can be
Walsh.
all bad if it has the
And
recently
Sean Young?
passed Emmett
Yeah,
Walsh.
rest in
R.I.P.
peace.
That mother scratcher. R.I.P.
That's Bill Parker.
That was that was always in my home growing up. That was always like, do you know this person? And do you know Kevin Lanigan? And I say, do you know Kevin? And the answer is Kevin Lanigan. And instead of saying Kevin Lanigan, I say like Kevin Sorbo. Someone in my family would be like, no, not that mother scratcher. That was always because from that movie.
Right.
That's funny.
The end.
Yeah.
The end.
Funny. So that's Nixon.
I liked it. It's fine.
Nixon, no Frost this time. I know everyone out there, y'all crazy about Frost Nixon.
Maybe
but
in the
there's
winter
no,
we'll
because
do
there's
a
no
Frost
Mr. Freeze in
Nixon.
There's no Mr. Freeze.
This if Frost Nixon.
Oh, my
is a-
wife Nora wants me to catch Richard Nixon admitting he did a crime.
Frost Nixon is of course, if you gave this movie Nixon the Ice Stone, it would evolve into Frost Nixon.
That's good. So we
Maybe
need a
during the
fire
winter.
Nixon and a lightning
Yeah.
Nixon,
A
a
grass
fairy
Nixon.
Nixon, grass Nixon.
Oh,
because
Nick-
the new
Nixon
era
would
of
never do
cinema,
grass.
the new era of cinema is putting main characters into levels.
Right.
That's the future
Yeah.
of cinema, and we got to do Fire Nixon, and we got to
Right,
do
right. No,
Grass
Nixon has to do the haunted house level. He has to do the level where everything's either too big or too small.
Put Nixon in the Tanuki suit from Super Mario Brothers 3.
I was thinking about this.
Frog Nixon.
So this movie benefits from having watched JFK, and I was just thinking about, and then
you're very,
later
very
on
right
Oliver
about
Stone
that.
went to do. Later on, Oliver Stone went to UW. Wouldn't it be cool if Oliver Stone did a press conference for Phase 2, and he was on the stage and he had the big timeline of
Bullshit
Nixon.
phase 2. All right, we got W, we got Snowden. Now you don't know who Snowden is right now when I'm announcing this, but
No,
You
presidential.
kids will
His
love it.
presidential cinematic.
oh,
universe.
just the presidential cinematic.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
okay.
JFK and Nixon overlap. The presidential.
I get you.
Yeah. This is the phase 2.
Phase 2.
Yeah, no, it is basically like the two sides
But it's
of the
also-
Nixon like assassination.
I guess Oliver Stone does like making movies about interesting, insane people. I guess you're right.
I love when I'm right. I'm right.
And even when you're wrong.
I'm still right. Thank you for settling all future creative disagreements between you and I, because you just said that I'm always right, you fool. I have it on tape, and I'm not cutting it out like the 18 and a half
I
minutes.
Nixoned myself.
You Nixoned yourself.
Damn it.
You got the tape. And there's that scene of the guy, and he picks up the tape, and he goes, and he puts it in his bag.
It sucks, especially whenever you're like trying, like when when you're interested in making art growing up, but you're also growing up in a problematic environment.
Yeah.
And you it sucks wearing the weight of just like I've said dumb, inappropriate things on a podcast. It sucks, but I try to I try to not Nixon myself and continue. So I don't continue to do it. I try to do better, and I realize it sucks in the past. But Nixon, he thought, well, if I keep doing the same thing, it will be okay.
It'll work eventually.
Not how I live my life.
And I think that's beautiful. Anyway, my song was gonna be about.
All right,
Was
musical
gonna be
guest Kevin Lanigan.
Was gonna be a parody of Waterloo by ABBA, but I was gonna make it about Watergate. So you know,
I love it.
Watergate. Nixon did the thing we really hate. Watergate fell onto G. Gordon Liddy. Ba-da.
Oh, I love it.
One night at Watergate, that Nixon did a break-in. Oh yeah. So pretend pretend I got that shit together. In time to do this episode. But actually, we don't have time for that because we have to play a little game.
We're playing a game.
Because it's time to game! So we are here to do one of our little games. I thought maybe we would, kind of struggle to talk about Nixon. We did not, but we're going to play a game anyway. We're going to, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I even listen to a few movie podcasts. And there is a thing that happens sometimes on movie podcasts where they do a draft. And I'm always, like, when I listen to those episodes, I'm like, I want to do one of these movie drafts. I want to play the little game with my little friends where we choose different stuff and we're fighting
Stat
over
boy
picks.
Kev.
Being able to, like, maybe steal something from someone else.
Steal something that the other guy wants. You're like, ooh, I knew you had your eye on that, but I'm taking that, And, like, it's not really about who wins. It's kind of just, like, playing a fun little game, a fun little exercise. And, so I thought there was a pretty rich well in on-screen presidents. There's so many pieces of media by or about America that depict the president in some way or another. And I thought it would be fun to do the Great American Presidential Draft. And the way this is going to work is there are 5 categories that we are going to try and draft into. We are considering presidents both depictions of presidents who were actually president and depictions of fake presidents in media. And we've divided this into 5 categories. We have real serious, so that is a president, someone who is really president, depicted in a very serious, straightforward way, like you might find in the movie Nixon, as portrayed by Anthony Hopkins. Then there is real funny, which is someone playing a real president in a funny sort of way, with like a little slant on it. Like, when Chevy Chase played Gerald Ford on Saturday Night Live. Gerald Ford dead today at age 83.
But found on road dead.
There is another big category of presidents, which is fake presidents, fictional characters who were not actually president. And I will allow this to be widened to real people who were never actually president, but are president in one of these universes. Mm-hmm. So, you can imagine what that might be. Dear listeners, but we have fake serious, which is a straightforward depiction of a fake president, and fake funny, which is a fake president who is portrayed in a humorous way. And then we also just have a sort of wild card category where we are allowed to draft any political figure, on-screen political figure that we so choose, just as a fun little avenue. There's that can extend to anyone who is literally not the president.
A political
yes.
figure.
A political figure, a governor, yes. A mayor, a secretary of agriculture, someone in charge of transportation. It has to be a political figure, largely. And we're going to do this draft snake style. which
All right, I'll get in a cardboard box. The Metal Gear Solid joke.
I'm gonna climb into my little wicker basket and wait for someone to play a flute for me. I'm gonna snake up. No, so
I'm gonna keep playing that game on my calculator.
I mean, yeah, very good. So someone will obviously go first in round 1. Then someone will go second. Someone will go third. Whoever goes third in round 1 goes first in round 2.
Okay.
And so it will reverse down the way.
Can you guys just tell me when it's my turn?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, we'll tell you when it's your turn. We'll tell you. So I'm gonna refill my water, and then we can roll our dice, and we can. I guess I can roll the dice now, and then I'm just gonna go grab a little quick water real fast. And I have
He's
my
gonna
camera
roll
on.
the dice. Then he's gonna get
All right,
some ice in his cup.
so which roll is whose? Sorry for that incredibly hog-like snort.
No, it's okay. So I'm going to roll first, and I pointed my camera down so you can see the edge of my desk and my penis.
Yeah.
To know what I'm rolling.
No,
so
please,
this is
Kevin,
for
treat yourself. You're bold.
This is for TV's Kevin Lanigan.
Kevin, did you have a chicken walk across that paper? Why do I see so much chicken scratch?
Oh, you got me. My handwriting is tiny and messy. So that is TV's Kevin Lanigan rolled an 8 in his draft drawing. And this is for Justin Germeroth.
I love it.
Justin Germeroth rolled a 6.
Oh.
And then we will be rolling for Von Chuli.
My friends
Von Chuli rolled a 7.
Number 7, y'all.
I will go first. Vern will go second. Justin will go third.
Number 7, y'all.
But but there are disadvantages to going first because I won't get to choose another one for 5 whole picks. You know what I mean?
You'll lose a lot.
So there's a lot of my faves are gonna get chosen. Well, talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna just get refreshed.
So Mario Party rules. I don't want this snake bullshit. Mario Party rules. We just hit the dice block, and at the end of every one of our turns, we play a mini game. We play a mini game. We get the thing that makes our hand hurt. We get the joystick game that wears a hole in your hand, and it's not stigmata. It's just a blister from the old joystick there. What are you doing, Justin? How's it going?
I'm doing well, thank you, Vern. How are you doing? All the things that I rapidly consumed that I kind of partially hope Kevin cuts, because that's a kind of vulnerability that I'm not quite comfortable with.
I'm okay with it if we never release
that part. We can cut, but the part where I'm saying that whatever I just did that Kevin will inexplicably cut music over, I'm feeling. So I'm feeling good.
I can't wait to find out what you
no.
just asked me to
Oh,
do.
we're
in
just-
post.
You actually
Justin was talking about
at the perfect timing.
Amazing.
Justin was talking about maybe asking a sequence to be cut. I was saying maybe the whole episode needs to get cut.
That's not a bad idea. That's not. I've really considered that, and I think that might be the case. Okay. So I'm going first. I have first pick. And there's a lot of really excellent presidents here for me to choose from.
Presidents of the United States of America,
if you can believe it. Okay. So I am I'm struggling to think of who am I most afraid of losing, or who is my best shot across the bow opening salvo. There's something I could do that I think would personally hurt my friend Justin's feelings, and I am debating it.
I dare you.
It's tough, because what else do
I
don't...
You're gonna hit me. Fucking hit me.
This is a mean episode.
This is a mean episode. But this is the nature of the beast. This is the nature of the beast.
This one came out bad.
I know. Well, you've taken 25 years of politics to understand.
And
who got this episode wet?
Who fed this episode after midnight?
Someone fed this episode after midnight.
Somebody
Midnight somewhere.
somebody fucking mop up
This is
because
a
this
bad
episode's
episode.
wet.
This episode's wet.
This episode came out. Every once in a while, you get a bad one. Every once in a while. We're gonna be the first podcast that
The
orders
wrong
a factory
episode
recall
died.
One episode.
There's lead in this
Sorry.
episode.
Sorry,
These
this
lead
episode
veins.
came out bad. Please send proof of download back to us. And we'll
Put them back
refund you.
the way they was. Put them back the way they was.
It was. Wow. Yeah, I forgot that Justin has watched Lil Abner every day of the last 2 years, so he knows that movie really well. Nah, you know what? Fuck. This is the okay.
Don't worry, guys. The overly complicated game will save the episode.
It's not overly complicated.
Don't worry,
Very simple.
guys.
Very
Maybe
simple.
we'll
All right.
fucking play
Game
Monopoly.
is naming 5 people. That is the game
Yeah.
we're playing.
Name a man at any point. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna be a big old jerk. And in the real serious category, I am going to draft Philip Baker Hall as Richard Nixon in Robert Altman's Secret Honor.
Oh, that's
This-
the fucking most Kevin choice I've ever heard in my entire life.
The other person I was thinking of drafting in this category was Daveed Diggs as Thomas Jefferson from Hamilton, and I came close and I didn't do it. So PBH in Secret Honor is my real serious pick. I think it's a tremendous performance. It's literally a one-person show of Nixon rambling on into his tape recorder, and Philip Baker Hall keeps you fucking glued to the screen the whole time. There's a project I'm kind of working on with a friend of mine that's going to be modeled after Secret Honor. It's just... it's the business, and I wanted it very much.
If I could have seen that live, I would have died a happy man.
Exactly. To witness
Fuck is
PBH.
that guy's name? Oh,
Philip Baker Hall? He's the
oh no, I'm talking about a different guy.
He's the library detective from Seinfeld.
Oh,
He's in a million things. But that is my first round draft pick. I assume it would have been Justin is about to do his first turn, and no, Vern's about to do his first turn. Never mind,
Yeah.
I lied. Vern,
I can count. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I fucked up. It was Justin. That's me. Justin,
Oh yeah,
that's
because we're doing this is another thing that we said off mic, that this is Mario Party rules.
It's around. It's
Mario-
boomerang
it's-
rules. The
I
rules
hit-
predate
I hit-
Mario Party.
I hit
I
an
hit
8.
the second.
Yeah,
Mar-
you hit a
dice
7, so you go after the 8.
Yeah. So okay, this is for real serious.
No, you can draft any category at any
Whatever
time.
category.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know
it's
that.
just I wanted that pick very badly, and I had better picks.
I don't know.
There's
I don't know
not a
if
lot
I-
of real serious president portrayals that I like, and I wanted to take my favorite.
It's a quality pick. And Kevin, I genuinely respect your game playing because I hadn't even considered that one.
What? That's crazy.
I love him. I don't
Kevin
want him on
likes
my
games.
draft.
Oh, I want him on the draft proudly.
This is because
He's got nothing to lose. I'll give you
this
that.
This is because Kevin's favorite video games are the ones that look like blueprints from overhead. Those are the kind of games Kevin likes.
Kevin loves games where you start as like. Kevin loves where you
moving
start
around a
as a
municipal
like
city
middle-aged monarch. Kevin wants to be like the Duke of Bohemia, and he has to fix agrarian records. Kevin wants to be a minor Irish nobleman to save or oppose the crown.
Blueprints. Oh, Kevin, that game you're playing looked like fucking blueprints.
It was looking like an overhead blueprint.
This
Just-
MF like looking at schematics.
Let's
guy
imagine
likes to
where we
play
move these
graphs.
characters around as opposed to moving them around. I love you, buddy.
I love you too, man. Episode's wet.
I'm
Episode's
feeling pretty.
dripping.
What's going
This
on?
episode's wet. We're yelling. Go ahead, Vern.
This fucking episode got in the fucking shower. This is a bad episode.
This episode's
a
fresh
bad
from the tub.
We've never had
this
more
one.
conflict on an episode, but I've like never enjoyed the company of either of you more.
Oh
you know,
my
it's just
gosh.
like just
Fucking
really.
make your pick, Vern. It's been like 10 minutes.
I'm gonna stick with real serious just because there's a glut as far as like that category goes for me.
Big glut.
I've never been a person who's been into historical dramas until kind of recently. I'm gonna be boring. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna do Daniel Day-Lewis and Lincoln.
Hey, nothing wrong
Motherfucker.
with that.
Yeah, motherfucker.
I don't know anything about the president, but I know the guy went through a lot to do the role, and so I admire the work ethic, I guess.
No. I remember when he says that.
Oh yeah, and one time I did an impression of Daniel Day-Lewis as Lincoln, and someone said it sounded more like Mr. Magoo. So that's a fun memory.
Oh, I'm Lincoln.
The
Right.
difference is Mr. Magoo ain't blinking.
Hey. All right. Well, Justin, you get 2 picks in a row.
My pick. All right.
Oh, my goodness.
First pick, Kevin. I'm sorry. I'm shooting a couple rounds across your bow. For my
interesting.
fake comedy pick, I'm picking a guy who is the president of America and Earth and the galaxy. He's an adventurer, ex-hippie, good timer, crook, quite possibly, manic self-publicist, bad at personal relationships, often thought to be completely out to lunch. My fake president comedy pick is Zaphod Beeblebrox.
Wow.
That's very. I had not even factored that in. But I mean, yeah, you're looking at my Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy tattoo.
Yeah, that says
right?
"Don't
Yeah,
panic," and it's a very good
Yeah.
tattoo.
You just absolutely fucking creamed me.
I was afraid that Kevin was going to be over here being like, "You sunk my Air Force One."
Yes, famous ship from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
We're
You sunk
playing
my
Battleship.
Starship Heart of Gold.
We're playing Battleship. We're
playing
playing
Battleship.
presidential
Right,
Battleship.
the game with airplanes in it.
Yes.
You sunk my Navy One, which is what it's called when the president is on a boat.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes.
Maybe one.
Is it when
Maybe one
he's
is
in
my,
Army One, when he's in a car or like a Jeep?
I don't know that one.
Whenever I need a shade of blue on my color palette, maybe one.
Maybe
Not
one.
a bad choice.
It's not too, Navy.
It's not, yeah.
the first one.
It's respectably blue.
Beeblebrox.
Zaphod Beeblebrox. Excellent choice.
Thank you.
Justin.
And for my, you know what? I'm gonna stay on track. I'm gonna pick my real comedy.
Okay.
I'm picking a hero, a man who is respectable, a man who hates the shit out of werewolves. I am picking Brian Botswick as FDR, American Badass.
Yeah. He was up there for me. He was up there for me.
He was
Yeah.
Barry
I don't
Bostwick in
Barry
FDR.
It's an insane movie.
Kevin
Ray Wise is like
Sorbo's in it as like Abe Lincoln.
Ray Wise works for. He's in the. Is he like I can't remember who he is, but
Love that. Love that, chums.
my wires get crossed because he plays FDR in that movie, but then also he plays a politician in the Leslie Nielsen movie Spy Hard.
He also
and-
plays the mayor on Spin City, the sitcom.
Oh yeah, but they show this sequence from whenever Leslie Nielsen's character was the head of Secret Service. And of course, it was this big calamity where the president's limousine went off a bridge into the ocean, and it comes back from this flashback, and Barry Bostwick says, "Thank God our president was one hell of a good swimmer," and it makes me laugh every single time.
He's the man to deliver.
But yeah,
that.
I've seen this movie. I've seen this. I don't remember it super well, but I remember seeing it and just laughing at how buck wild it was.
This was when I had a DVD Netflix account. When I was getting like the first few episodes of Lost in single discs through the mail.
What happened to all the old Netflix DVDs?
It only like where are they?
Oh, sold.
Yeah, I wish I could just go down to the factory and be like, what do you guys got? I'll take whatever you got.
Whenever us vultures picked the bones of Top Hat Video, I want to do that.
Yeah, I got so many good stuffs when Blockbusters went out of business, man.
Yeah,
I was
I
just
miss Top
cleaning
Hat.
it up.
It's the
Every
DVD
single
equivalent
day.
of like whale fall. Like it creates a minor
Yeah.
ecosystem just around itself.
I want to say at least every episode of this show that we do induces one moment where I miss Top Hat Video because I'm like, I could go to I miss Top Hat.
I can't.
Video. Every single time, like,
Can't go.
this is where I would have gotten Nixon from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course,
But anyway,
of course.
Kevin,
I'm sorry
who's
to hear
next?
Vern,
that.
that's
Vern,
what Hoopla
it is you.
for. The library app.
yeah, you're right.
It doesn't work with New York City library cards.
That fucking sucks.
It does.
I'm
It does.
sorry.
Which is why I need to set up a library card under one of your addresses. I'm not joking. Anyway,
Now it's a crime to release this episode.
it's not a. That's,
now it is a crime to release.
victimless crime.
Yeah.
Victimless crime.
Who's
Thanks for
gonna
listening,
stop you?
Victimless crime. Who is even checking on the library? I could kill a man in there and no one would
We're a
notice.
comedy podcast. That's right. Sometimes we come up with wild and insane premises and riff about
Like
them.
having a library card in two
unlike these-
states. That is
unlike
the
these premises.
crazy
Listen,
we
there's a
deal
young
with.
lady in my book club with 5 different library cards in 5 different states, and I think
It's a
she is
comedy
an American
podcast, and
hero.
we're doing a bit. You see, earlier in the episode that we're not going to release, we released this bit about like Nixoning yourself, accidentally saying something that would incriminate you. And this is a callback to the show where we're all playing characters and
Yep.
we're all doing a bit.
Yeah, this is
Comedy
satire.
podcast.
Satire. Vernon is your pick.
No, it's only satire when it has a point, and there is no point to this.
Satire, parody, fair use. Vernon is your pick.
I'm gonna do real funny.
Real
I'm not gonna.
funny.
Fun.
I'm gonna do the real funny, and I'm gonna do. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna do
Law and Order?
Chris Elliott as FDR in FDR, a one-man show created by Chris Elliott. I believe it was a Showtime original thing, a Starz original thing. It's 32 minutes long. It is on YouTube.
This sounds like the most Chris Elliott thing I've ever heard of.
It's the fucking funniest shit in the world. It's so funny.
I can't believe we've got 2 FDRs on the board.
We got to. FDR was a good man.
He's a good man.
Right.
And
Every once in a while you get a good one,
font
but
for
every
comedy.
once in a while you
Got
get a
shit
bad
done.
one.
He sure did. And I got his new deal included getting drafted twice in this draft. Fucking incredible. Does that mean it's me?
It is.
I think that means it's you, Kev.
Does that mean it's me? Well, okay. There's only one.
We
fake
left this
serious.
episode too close to the Watergate.
Hey, buddy,
Now it
I'm
got wet.
flooding. It got wet. There's only one more legit candidate for me in fake serious, so I'm gonna take it before it has a chance to get taken off the board. I would like to draft Kevin Kline as Dave from Dave.
Oh, of course.
I'm drafting Dave.
Kevin has the most Kevin-ass choices. These are all
Your Kevin ass choices, and there's
These
some
are
more Kevin ass
I
choices
know my
coming down
friend
the way.
Kevin. This is Kevin shit.
Dave from Dave, Ivan Reitman's Dave, a guy who looks like the president, ends up becoming the president. That wacky situations ensue, but Dave is an open-hearted fellow. It's a film straight down the line, politics as it could be done. At some point, he brings in his buddy Charles Grodin as an accountant, and Charles Grodin crunches the numbers on the nation. He's like, buddy, if this were a business, I'd shut it down. It's very, he's this common sense guy, Dave from Dave. His first lady, Sigourney Weaver. So that's
and this is your what this one?
This is fake serious. So it's not it's actually it isn't a comedy film, but it is a very directed down the middle performance.
This is the Kevin choice. I kind of assumed you were going to go with Bulworth. But
well, Bulworth never actually becomes president in the events of the film Bulworth.
Oh, you're right.
Which has excluded Bulworth from the primary categories of this draft.
Bulworth.
Wild fucking movie. It's worth a watch because it's Looney Tunes.
Bulworth a watch.
Bulworth a watch. But Bulworth is eligible for the wild card category. But unfortunately,
all these really funny jokes lost in the wind.
I'm laughing.
No, we lost because this episode's never getting released.
It's never getting released. Because I'm actually filing this away for tax purposes. I'm deleting it, and I'm getting $8 million from the government. Okay, so I get to go again. And I think it's. What are you boys up to? What are you doing?
Just laughing.
Oh, okay. In a normal way, in the way that you always do. So I think it's. Oh my god, I'm fucking losing my mind. So real funny is what I'm gonna do next. You boys have already done your real funnies, so I have full control of the board.
You
for
can
anybody
roam
else.
all about the cabin.
I can roam about the cabin. I got a lot of good options here. I think I'm gonna make another of what Vern would call a Kevin ass choice. In real funny, I'm going to select Dan Hedaya as Richard Nixon from the film Dick.
There we go.
Where
He was in this, wasn't he?
He was in this. He's so chameleonic, Dan Hedaya. You can't pick him out of a. He blends into the role. He's really can't. But Hedaya and Dick, the movie where two teenage hippie girls become Nixon's dog walkers and accidentally stumble upon the finer points of the Watergate scandal. Very silly, very funny movie.
This is Kevin.
Yeah. So I
definitely from the library rental section.
I definitely own. Let's see, two of my 3 picks so far on DVD. I don't own Secret Honor, sadly, but
it's on YouTube.
One of these,
I listen
one of
to
these
it
Criterion sales.
when I'm stuck in traffic. I'll just put it on.
When I'm mad, Nixon burgers really calms me down. His soothing voice.
Fuck him.
Fuck him. So and that is my 2 picks. So
That's
Vern,
it
falls back to you. Thank you.
So for this one, a little bit of backstory. We've been doing the slow rewatch of Twin Peaks with our friend.
Of course.
And we got to the character, Kevin, you'll meet him at some point, named Wyndham Earl.
Oh, I've heard of this man.
And we're looking at Wyndham Earl, and we're like, who does Wyndham Earl look like? Who is Wyndham? Who does he remind us of? And I'm sitting there, and I'm saying, well, Wyndham Earl from the first time we all watched this show.
Yes, good point.
But I got curious, and I looked it up, and then I saw it. I had seen Wyndham Earl before. He was the president, the former vice president who ascends to the presidency in Day After Tomorrow.
Wow.
He's that Dick Cheney ass president in Day After Tomorrow. And And so I think my selection for a fake serious candidate is Kenneth Welsh in Day After Tomorrow, a political figure who had to eat humble pie after denying the effects, like the negative effects that we were having on the environment.
Yes. Okay. Very interesting. I did not expect Day from Tomorrow to make an or Day After Tomorrow to make an appearance, but that's a bold choice. I respect it.
I, of course, don't remember much about that movie.
I remember the ice chases them. It's so cold. They're running away from how cold it is, which is moving in a linear wave-like fashion.
The ice chases.
It does. I saw that clip very recently.
They have to like dodge it in hallways. They do like a Scooby-Doo ice chase.
Yeah, they really are. Like they close the door on it, like it's like a slasher. It's incredible.
It's like got an icicle sticking out, and it looks like a little knife, and ink, and they're running from the ice.
It's too true. So
if only they had a firefly on.
Justin, you get 2 choices.
All right. I'm going to be perfectly clear here. My fake serious choice pick
Let me be clear.
is not a good man. He is committed
I denounce him.
an incredible amount of crime. White collar, blue collar, no collar, any color you could imagine, that kind of collar crime he's committed.
On Wall Street and on Main Street.
But
I asked Michelle and Malia
at the end of the day,
and my little dog Bo.
he is committed to doing the best that a ordinary human man could accomplish. My fake serious pick is Lex Luthor from Justice League Unlimited when he becomes president of the United States.
Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Lex Luthor. Bald. Opposes Superman.
You see,
Hate
okay, so
Superman.
this
Two
is
traits
where-
I
Look.
despise.
This is why I was interested in
interplanetary
playing this
immigration
game.
policy is terrible.
This is why I was interested in playing this game, because our neighbors recently hung up a Trump flag, and it's caused a lot of distress in the neighborhood.
Hung up a
And
Lex
it's been
Luthor presidential
And
flag.
it was it brought out this thing in me, and like, oh gosh, our next door neighbors have a Trump flag. Like, how do I respond? How do I respond? To
guy.
this? And so, like, part of we were thinking, like, do we get that sign that says like presidents come and go, Wu-Tang is forever? Do we get a flag that has the president from Idiocracy on it?
You need
Rancho.
You need a in this house flag.
I was thinking the MJF, better than you.
Of course, we deserve better.
We deserve better. But then I was like, well, I think putting up a flag or a sign invites a dialogue that maybe I don't want to have in the first place. But then I was thinking, like, well, if I was going to put up a fake president, who would it be? So that's why I was interested in playing this game. But also, that app that helps you determine which of your neighbors are racist, Nextdoor. There's
I saw someone outside.
they're
Just walking around.
Their flag got stolen. I saw that the flag got taken down one day, and the flag got, and we saw in the app that the flag got stolen, and they put up this post, and they're like, if you steal this next one, we're gonna hang up 2, and if you steal 2 of them, we're gonna hang up 4. But then he also hung it up really high. So there's been some neighborhood juicy drama.
Sounds like a racket for the flag business.
Yeah.
I think a
And
flag
the guy
salesman
trying to
is
sell
stealing
flags.
it. So that's like, they'll buy 2 more.
Whenever I'm done, everyone is going to have a flag in their front yard. And he's just, he's this old timey, like the bad guy from the Muppet movie.
Right,
He's trying to,
an old-fashioned suspendered flim-flammer.
yeah. Maybe that's our next thing that we're doing. Okay, what I'm gonna do?
That's a good big character. Anyway,
I'm gonna do. I guess who's next? Me?
Justin
I have
has
a
one
second
more.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Your last of the main categories, Justin, is real serious.
Yes, and
real serious. Oh.
my real serious, boy am I sore, boy am I sour that Daniel Day-Lewis Lincoln has been taken off the table.
Yeah, we really pooched you.
Listen, I'm dog sitting, and I really don't appreciate how you guys have screwed my pooch.
Yucky.
Ecky.
Hey, gross! Don't do it.
Ucky.
Yucky.
So I'm willing to settle for the next best thing. From the HBO miniseries based on Gore
I knew
Vidal's novel,
No, I didn't know it. What?
I'm picking Sam Waterston as Lincoln for my real series.
Ooh.
Okay. Let me just say, I was like, okay, I think I know who Justin's gonna pick, and then you said HBO miniseries, and I'm like, locked in Paul Giamatti as John Adams. Like,
Giamatti.
He was my backup. He was my backup, but I want a Lincoln. I will take any Lincoln over an Adams.
Why was this important to you? Tell me.
Lincoln? Fucking track record? Guy who fucking settled shit?
Yeah, we're not voting on the moral turpitude of the characters.
Oh, then what are we picking on?
Favorites, fun,
favorites?
good.
Oh, because I think
We're not
because
voting
I actually
on.
really fucking.
We're not drafting like these are the good guys.
I'm trying to get results. I'm sorry about your popularity contest. I'm picking
Okay,
winners.
fair enough.
No. But I do actually really like his Lincoln as more kind of, I don't know, less explicitly melancholy. Like, I love Daniel Day-Lewis's. The man hasn't had a good day in years, and you can fucking tell.
Sure. Sam Waterston also in this movie. Sorry.
You're right. I like
Yeah,
Sam
he's
Waterston.
great in
Good
it
actor.
as like Lincoln
Great
with a
actor.
bit more of wit, a little bit more bite.
In my favorite SNL sketch ever.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We'll say no more on that.
So, yeah, fake serious. Sam Waterston, Lincoln.
All right. Well, I mean, listen, I've been called out for my picks. These are some Justin-ass picks. As Justin, you will end with your wild card when we return
I will.
to you in the draft formation. Vern, you have one main category remaining, which is fake funny. And I'm curious.
funny.
I'm curious to know what you might choose in that category.
Well, let me tell you, folks. I came in here just totally expecting Leslie Nielsen from Scary Movie 3 to but I'm not picking him. I'm not picking him. I'm not picking him. I'm not
Whoa,
picking him.
he's not picking him.
I totally came in here expecting Leslie Nielsen from Scary Movie 3 to get picked, so I didn't even entertain him as a character.
Wow, you thought for sure that's a first round.
I thought sure I was going to lose him. I thought he was a first round draft pick. I thought he was like the Will Ospreay of this this
hottest
thing.
free agent in the Great American Presidential Draft.
And so, I thought about it, and I'm like, is it President Barbie? Is
It's an
it
interesting choice.
President Tug Benson from Hot Shots, as played by
I
Lloyd
also
Bridges?
considered Tug Benson from Hot Shots. I guess I could still consider it.
But Justin sent something to the text chat. Presidents portrayed in media, and I was scrolling through it, and I happened across something, and it made me laugh very hard. My choice for fake funny:
It's your body. It's your choice.
President Harrison Ford from Scary Movie 3. Of course, from the scene where President Leslie Nielsen would say, "It's during times like this, I wonder what President Ford would do." And the camera pans over to the presidential portrait
Yep.
of Harrison Ford.
Yep.
I thought that was fucking brilliant. And so,
I mean, very funny. Very funny moment in a funny movie.
Remember when those movies
Scary
were
Movie
funny,
3?
guys?
I do.
I think it's a super funny joke.
It's very funny. Those Scary Movie 3, at least, is like, in my opinion, quite funny. Now, haven't visited it in a long time, but I remember
revisited it my last year in Missouri, and it didn't hold up as well.
Yeah.
But also, perhaps the wrong time to watch Scary Movie 3, starring
sure.
Ja Rule, right after Fyre Fest.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm not
That's true.
starring Ja Rule, obviously.
He's in
he's
there.
not on the
Yeah,
fucking
you see
poster. But like,
Yeah, who's on the poster? Pamela Anderson, right? Probably one of the
Charlie
aliens.
Sheen,
They're sitting
Dr.
in the
Phil.
theater
Charlie Sheen.
chairs. Charlie Sheen. I'm sure Anna Faris is on there still.
Oh yeah.
But then, like Hellboy or something is on there. George Carlin as a parody of the Architect from the Matrix sequels. My favorite scary movies. Anyway, wow. President Harrison Ford from Scary Movie 3.
An incredible pick.
Which brings it to my last two picks. And I heavily had considered for this whole game Leslie Nielsen in Scary Movie 3 and 4. But now that there is another president from Scary Movie 3 on the draft, it would feel really weird if there were two representatives of Scary Movie 3 on this draft. And I also considered President Tug Benson from Hot Shots Part 2, because he's promoted between Hot Shots films from naval commander to president of the United States of America.
That's right. He wins an election.
He wins an election, and he he apologizes to the great state of Kansas because their state is so flat. But I will, you know what? All right, another Kevin ass pick for Fake Funny, which is my final true category. Fake Funny. It's a very small performance in a very important blockbuster film, but for me, it's impactful. And let me tell you, the guy makes the most of his screen time. Of course, I am drafting Tim Robbins as the president of the United States from Austin Powers, the spy who shagged me. Where Charles Napier says, "Mr. President, are you suggesting that we blow up the moon?" And Tim Robbins says, "Would you miss it? Would you miss it?" It's very funny. It's a brief role, just like 2 or 3 scenes, but boy, he really rings all the jokes that you can.
The way he laughs about $1 billion is very good.
Yeah, it's incredible. He's such a gifted comedic actor. It's weird that I don't feel like I've seen Tim Robbins in like 20 years.
Subscribe to his Patreon.
I will not do that. Actually, that's not true. Now that I know that it exists, I'm deeply curious about what's going on Tim Robbins' Patreon. Does he have a podcast?
He had one produced.
Is he making like YouTube video essays?
Yeah. No. He'd be too slow for that.
He's too big. He can't edit.
Yeah, he's too large a man.
Small.
No, it's stuff related to like old
Tim
projects
Robbins on his computer like this,
and a show he made with Starburns Productions. That's like a Trump satire.
Okay, never mind. Going back on the Patreon thing. But anyway, so that's the last of my main categories. I am now presented with the wild card category, which we will then just run all the way back through. There's a lot of really excellent choices still left on here. And honestly, I'm just going to throw Mr. Smith Goes to Washington right in the trash. I've never seen that. I bet it's a very respectable pick, but
who cares if he gets there?
Who cares if he gets there? I have also considered Bulworth from Bulworth, but I don't think I will be choosing him. There's a lot of different options. I certainly have considered Russ Cargill, head of the EPA from the Simpsons movie, as portrayed by Albert Brooks. There's
a lot of good Simpsons choices for this category.
Good Simpsons choices for all categories. Remember when HW moves across the street from The Simpsons?
Oh, you're right.
An incredible episode.
I guess you could have probably done a bracket of this of all Simpsons.
Of all Simpsons. There's a lot of great objects. The Simpsons movie also has President Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Very competitive bracket.
President Schwarzenegger says that he was elected to lead, not to read. It's very funny. And, of course, I considered Mayor Adam West from Family Guy. But if I'm being true to myself, if I'm being true to my heart, I must choose Honorable William J. Lepetamain as portrayed by Mel Brooks in the film Blazing Saddles.
Oh, that's good.
Of course.
Thank you. Brooks plays a couple of different characters in that film, but this is his most frequent recurring character. And every time we cut to him, it's like lightning. It's just fucking, he's going on some new wacky scheme. He's really horny. He cannot get a paddle ball to work. He's cross-eyed. It's just so many things about this guy. And every time we briefly cut back to him, it's just wackier and crazier than the last time that we met him. Great performance by one of our finest comedic minds. So I'm choosing Mel Brooks in Blazing Saddles.
Incredible.
So we will, you boys both have your wild card left. And if we're going back down the draft, it would go Vern. And then we'll close it out with Justin.
Well then, folks, there was a few that I had considered. If you don't mind, I'm just going to share some names that came up before I gave.
Please, I did the same thing.
These are some names that I thought of before my wild that did not end up being selected. I thought about Donald Pleasance in Escape from New York. I thought about
excellent choice.
I thought about the little president in Bad Dudes, the video game where guys.
Are you bad enough, dude?
Yeah, are you bad enough, dudes, to rescue the president? And he's like, "Thanks, guys. You want to go get a burger?" And all this. I thought about President Barbie. I thought about President James Dale, Jack Nicholson's role in Mars Attacks.
Yes.
But I ultimately, those are for a variety of reasons. Those were folks that came up whenever I was doing these. But ultimately, my wild card has got to be Kyle MacLachlan's character in Portlandia.
Yes.
Kyle MacLachlan as the mayor in Portlandia.
I'm not crazy about the show Portlandia, but every time Kyle MacLachlan pops up, I'm like, oh, well, this is going to be good. This is going to be fun for a while.
It just makes me happy. It makes me I like Kyle MacLachlan. I think he's an incredible actor, and it just makes me happy.
As someone who spent a week out in Portland, late last year, early this, he truly just lives near Portland and is something of, like, the king of Portland. Everyone loves Kyle MacLachlan in the greater Portland area.
Hell yeah.
So he's like the de facto mayor.
Essentially, yes. Even though, well, on the show Portlandia, he's the mayor.
I understand,
mayor.
but like
in our world,
in real time,
he is the most respected man in town, which a few centuries ago would have been the mayor, of course. Well, Justin, your wild card, and of course, if you want to share any picks that you lost along the way.
The only pick I lost along the way was honestly Daniel Day-Lewis's Lincoln.
Whoopsie!
Oh no! How dare you? My wild.
You can have it.
No,
I'll take this guy as Nixon.
I'm very happy to keep Sam Waterston Lincoln.
Oh, okay.
It's not McDonald's, but hey, it's still Burger King.
You can have it your way.
Yeah, I'm having it my way. My pick for my wild card is an incredibly accomplished politician. He's not necessarily the American political system. My pick for the wild card is Havelock Vetinari, the patrician of Ankh-Morpork from the Discworld series. Is he a tyrant?
I think all of our choices
Yes.
are pretty indicative
Legally
of us as
speaking,
people. I think
he is a tyrant. Everyone has one vote, and it's a vote for him. Does he have a network of spies and assassins? No, he doesn't. You're wrong. That's just a rumor. Has he brought the, crooked big businesses to heel? Yes, he has. Has he allowed various fantasy races to live in his city? To not only build up the city's economy, but also build relationships with those races' home countries, raising their geopolitical profile? Yes, he has. Has he promoted the, viscerally anti-elite beat cop to a diplomatic position to keep not only his city's aristocrats, but neighboring countries in line and obeying the law? Yes, he has. He is the most ruthlessly considerate person I've ever read. A man who is dedicated to making things better for everybody and will lie and cheat and manipulate that people however it takes to make that happen. He can be incredibly forgiving to people who don't deserve it, but will make things better, and incredibly cruel to people who do deserve it. An incredibly fascinating character across a lifetime of writing, and genuinely one of my favorite characters in fiction.
Well,
wow.
Thank you for
There you
listening
go.
to my tech talk.
Thank you. You said it like TED Talk, but then it was TikTok.
Oh, well, excuse
and
me.
that made That made me laugh. I don't know what to tell you. All right. So, to recap the events of the first Great American Movie President's Draft.
It's a disaster.
A disaster piece.
Vern Tooley has selected Daniel Day-Lewis as Lincoln, Chris Elliott as FDR.
Yep.
Wyndham Earle in The Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah.
President Harrison Ford from Scary Movie 3, who appears in one painting. And the mayor from Portlandia, as portrayed by Kyle MacLachlan.
All-star lineup, baby.
Tooley's starting five. Justin has selected Sam Waterston as Lincoln in something from HBO. Barry Bostwick in FDR, American Badass. Lex Luthor from the Justice League cartoon show. Zaphod Beeblebrox from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy franchise of books. And in Wild Card, the mayor of Ankh-Morpork from the Discworld series. Who hasn't really come up as far as Kevin is in Discworld. You know, I'm only like 10 books in.
Yeah, you're only a quarter way through.
Yeah. And I've only been at this like 4 or 5 years. TV's Kevin Lanigan has selected Philip Baker Hall as Nixon in Secret Honor. Dan Hedaya as Richard Nixon in Dick.
I had 2 FDRs, you had 2 Nixons.
Oh shit, that's true. Wow. Oh my god, what a well, no, there were 2 FDRs that were drafted. You don't have 2 FDRs.
I have the other
you're right,
FDR.
you're right.
But you're right that I have 2 Nixons. I didn't realize that until
team.
right. Oh god, what a hack. And I am Dave from the movie Dave, Tim Robbins as the president in Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, and in Wild Card, Mel Brooks as William J. LePetamine in Blazing Saddles. Maybe we'll put this up to a vote, or maybe we won't. Who cares?
No,
it was fun.
Vote,
I had fun.
Please.
I had fun. I'll put it in
my
my
vote.
We'll put it in our Instagram stories, our respective Instagram stories, except Justin won't because he doesn't post.
No, I will. I'll post for this.
You gotta vote.
Okay, I'll make a graphic, or Vern can if he wants to, and
well, that
you
implies
can
this
vote.
episode's getting released.
Oh, of course, how foolish. Well, no, they can still vote on the
Yeah,
draft.
yeah.
Oh,
They can
okay.
vote on the draft.
They don't have to hear.
In 5 years on the hard.
Hey guys,
tape
can you
they're
vote on this
listening to.
context? On this contest, you have no context.
You have no context for. You don't have to listen to an hour of audio to understand what's going on. So that has been our annual episode of Gettin' Stoned.
Wouldn't change a thing.
Wouldn't change it. I had so much fun. This
was great.
I love you boys very much. I laughed a lot. I had a great time, and this episode will get released. It will not be the 18, but I will cut 18 and a half minutes out of it, and no one will ever hear those 18 and a half minutes.
I think you should cut it so that the episode is 18 and a half minutes long.
It's extra short.
It's extra short. All the good parts, 18 and a half minutes. So that was
The
that.
best.
We will be back next year on 420 for Getting Stoned year 4. I'm not telling us what to do, but I will say the next 420 falls on a Sunday, and Oliver Stone directed a film called Any Given Sunday.
That's right.
And
We're
we
talking
are
about talk radio.
Yeah.
we are stupid enough to just do it because the word Sunday is in the title.
No, that's enough.
I
We'll
can't
do
even
Any
entertain
Given
another.
Sunday. I don't-
So we'll do Any Given Sunday, starring Al Pacino. We'll get to talk Pacino on the show.
Oh, that's a
Cameron
movie
Diaz.
with a great cast.
Yeah, so that'll be fun.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that episode to get cut.
Never come out. Any Given Sunday. And of course, next month, as when this returns to being Movies for Babies, we'll be talking about Wayne's World on That'll be fun, huh? Wayne's World.
First time
I went
seeing
to
it.
a cool movie theater bar that shows movies, and I looked over at the sign on the bar, and it said "No Stairway to Heaven," and it made me smile.
No Stairway. Denied.
Denied.
No stairway.
A joke that's finally been fixed. We'll talk about it a lot next week. Or next month, next week. But until then, may your dicks be tricky and bright. And may all your directors of the FBI be white.
Yucky.
Yucky.
May all your tapes be locked up tight.
Ooh, that's much better. Pretend I said that.
May your tapes all be locked up tight.
May the 18 and a
Your
half
alibis
minutes...
be watertight.
Ooh,
there we
God,
go. There we go.
Look who's landing the plane.
Oh.
Look who's landing the plane. It was Vern's turn to land the plane. May the 18 and a half minutes missing from your soul be put back in.
And don't forget,
We were plotting.
we are not crooks.
Listener, we were plotting for a good episode, but we didn't factor in continental drift.
We didn't. So we ended up in Toga Times. This podcast was Toga Times.
Guys, I have a laurel
This is
and a
toga
goblet
times.
of wine. It's toga time.
It's toga
Damn, dude, I got some fucking grape leaves around my head. It's fucking Toga
Guys,
time.
I got a dang minotaur. It's toga time.
Bro, I'm putting lead in my wine as sweetener. This is fucking Toga Times.
Bro, I'm conquering Greece. It be toga times.
Toga Times.
Toga time.
Toga time. That's my favorite Pokemon.
Toga
Cut.
time.
Toga time.
While digesting Reader's Digest in the back of the dirty bookstore, a plastic flag with gum on the back fell out on the floor. Well, I picked it up and I ran outside, slapped it on my window shield. And if I could see old Betsy Ross, I'd tell her how good I feel. But your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. They're already overcrowded from your dirty little war. Now Jesus don't like killing, no matter what the reason's for. And your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. Well, I went to the bank this morning and the cashier said to me, if you join the Christmas club, we'll give you 10 of them flags for free. Well, I didn't mess around a bit. I took him up on what he said, and I stuck them stickers all over my car and one on my wife's forehead. But your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. They're already overcrowded from your dirty little war. Now Jesus don't like killing, no matter what the reason's for. And your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. Well, I got my window shields so filled with flags I couldn't see, so I ran the car upside a curve right into a tree. By the time they got a doctor down, I was already dead. And I'll never understand why the man standing in the pearly gate said, but your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. We're already overcrowded from your dirty little war. Now Jesus don't like killing, no matter what the reason's for. And your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore.
Sock it to me.